Our guest off camera, do you ever order fajitas at a Mexican restaurant?
Yeah,
Okay.
thank you.
Okay.
Because why? You're in a Mexican restaurant and you want what? Fajitas, right? That's what I don't get fajitas at McDonald's. I get them in a Mexican restaurant if I want them.
Well, I think because she's shadowing that she's trying to be educated, moving forward, it is very rude to order fajitas in a Mexican restaurant.
Also rude to tell people at a restaurant with you what you can and can't eat.
If it's on the menu, how is it rude?
Exactly. You're in a Mexican restaurant.
Fajitas just feels a little bit discourteous
It
to
is,
the other
yeah.
guests.
Go to an Italian
Smokes
restaurant.
up
I don't
the
know what to
entire
tell
restaurant.
you. I don't know what to tell you. Go to a French restaurant. They don't do that.
Well, the French restaurant waiters are just going to be discourteous to you. We get away.
You see our man Will Haver. He opens Taco Mama, very successful chain. What don't they have?
What they don't
Well, it's not
have.
called Fajita Mama, Lance. It's
Yes,
called
Taco
Taco
Mama,
He's
yes.
trying to be
but
courteous.
they got burritos and quesadillas
Yeah,
and
they
taco
don't-
salad
yeah,
and everything else there, too.
Plenty of menu to choose from,
Yeah.
Tyler.
They don't
It's
want
great.
the,
I go there
they
all
don't
the
want the
time.
kitchen eating up making fajitas
Well,
for what they.
But I've never wondered why you choose the fajita when you can get all that stuff without making it yourself.
Yeah, you also have to make it at the
I
table.
like it.
Do you
I
feel- do
understand
you
for
feel
people
like
that
you're-
are like extremely healthy and they're trying to watch what they eat without
no,
bread.
It's nothing at all. I just like the fajita. It's where else can I get it like that? And it comes out hot and it's on that sizzling tray. I like it.
It cools off pretty quickly, though.
Not as
It
fast
wouldn't
as I
come
eat.
out hot if it's just a normal taco, soft taco.
But that's not a fajita.
They're all the
It
same.
doesn't
right?
smoke
But I make it
and
my way. Yeah,
smell.
yeah.
You want the attention-seeking
I do,
food.
and I want to piss the people off that sit around me like, look at that selfish guy
You want
ordering
everybody
Mexican
to
food at a
stop
Mexican
their
restaurant.
conversation
That's right.
with their dinner guests and then look
Yeah,
over
I
and
know.
say, oh, look at that
Yeah.
guy with the
Look
fajitas.
at that guy getting.
I do remember
Normal
at
fajita
Superior
food.
Grill when it was open, everybody in the dining room would turn around when somebody had fajitas roll out. Like,
That's right.
That happens everywhere, I
That's
feel
right.
like. Because if it's quiet at all,
Yeah.
you'll just hear the sizzling.
Yeah.
And one by one,
You
people
know what I
look
tell
over.
them? Go to Macaroni Grill. They don't have fajitas.
I would
there.
rather have the mariachi band come up and play at my table.
I like that too, especially around
I know
Christmas.
that's bad.
I
No,
don't
especially
know
around
about
Christmas
that.
when they do the Christmas jingles. Yeah, I like that.
Feliz
that-
Navidad.
Yeah.
That is trash, and that's our show today. Don't forget that we're a ton of stuff on our platform, including the next Reels, the OG Kickoff. The Conor O'Gara Show is back with you this Friday at 8 a.m. Central Time. And the last call with our buddy Mick Gillespie and Jake Coker. That's all rolling out there at Next Round Live on all the platforms. Brooks and Forrester with the socials kicking all afternoon long, including some sound from Alabama camp, which is underway today. We'll break down some of Alabama camp and the upcoming season tomorrow in the show when we see you on a Thursday. Until next time, God bless you and God bless America.
The 2026 Yellowwood 500 weekend is returning to the Talladega Superspeedway Friday, October 23rd through Sunday, October 25th. The triple-header chase weekend at Talladega features 3 days of high-intensity racing across 3 series, capping off with the Yellowwood 500 on Sunday. Guarantee your spot now by visiting TalladagaSuperspeedway.com or calling 877-GO-TO-DEGA. And enhance your race weekend by adding passes to the Talladega Garage Experience, the most immersive in NASCAR. 877-GO-TO-DEGA or TalladagaSuperspeedway.com.
When you trust a doctor with your life, they owe you proper care. If medical negligence left you or a loved one injured, you deserve answers and compensation. Alexander Shinar trial attorneys have recovered over $2 billion for their clients harmed by medical errors, misdiagnoses, and surgical mistakes. They fight hospitals and insurance companies so you can focus on healing. Don't wait. Medical malpractice cases have strict deadlines in Alabama. Call Alexander Shinar trial attorneys now for a free consultation. 659-777-7777 or alexwins.law. You pay nothing unless they win. Physical office location, Birmingham.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. The Next Round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
Man, I'm so fired up today. We've got football on television tonight. It'll be a crappy game. We'll talk more about that in a second, but it's football back. Can you take a guess of how many days between the Super Bowl and our first exhibition game tonight is?
So how many days we have lived between the Super Bowl and the first exhibition game?
That is correct.
All right.
Lance is trying to do this, and
I am
Lance
too.
is trying to nail this to the date. What does it feel like to you?
It feels like 163 days.
It feels like 150. But I was doing the math.
It's worse. It's 179 days, but that doesn't seem like a lot. We only go 179 days with no football on television?
I was thinking about this. So Mike LaFleur is going to get his first opportunity as a head coach in the NFL with the Cardinals tonight, and he's going to start Carson Beck. I bet there has never been a rookie quarterback that went from starting the national championship to starting the first preseason game.
The last college football game to the first
because
NFL
it's
game.
a weird thread you have to it's a weird needle you have to thread because you have to be good enough to win
there's only two quarterbacks
game.
They play in that game.
Right, and you have to be good enough, but not good enough to be the overall number one pick who would never start in this situation, right? Because for instance, if the Raiders were in this game, Kirk Cousins would start this game, not Mendoza.
100%. It would be Fernando Mendoza.
Mendoza would start this game, you think? I don't know.
Probably.
Because he's not projected to be the starter
or maybe
right
even
now.
a 3. Who knows?
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, he's not supposed to be the starter, so I think they would roll Mendoza out there.
Yeah.
This is where you start getting the reps.
That's a tough needle to thread, but I would have to say there's very few, if any, that have ever done that.
Yeah, don't have a huge expectation. My buddy Chop, huge Cardinals fan, and he ultimately wants to see Carson Beck be the guy, but
it'll be fun to see him play tonight. It's one of the reasons I'll tune in early, 7 p.m. on NBC, Beck versus the small-handed Kenny Pickett.
That's right. Two-glove Kenny. Last time I saw him in camp, he was two-glove Kenny. I don't know if he's going to go with that during the game, but he did that a lot at Pitt, right?
He did.
Was it exclusively at Pitt?
Yeah, look, Pitt, you watch a lot of those games at Hines, and, it's always wet and dreary.
Yeah. I wondered if that was just part of it or if that was his comfort level.
No,
I don't know.
It was the comfort level, and we really haven't seen that. Like, I can't think of anybody in the NFL that really wore – Kurt Warner did it for a minute.
2 gloves or just one?
2.
There have been times they tried to do it in inclement weather in December, January games, really cold playoff games. Didn't Brady do it some in some bad weather situations?
For some reason, in my mind, I can see Phillip Rivers doing it. Maybe it was just the one glove with Rivers, though.
Yeah, but it seems like sometimes they try to throw up with the ball in the glove hand when it's really, really bad. But NFL football tonight, by the way, Larry Fitzgerald, Luke Kuechly, Drew Brees, Roger Craig, Adam Vinatieri, the inductees this weekend, part of the Hall of Fame celebration. No Jeremiah Love tonight, the first overall pick. So you will not first overall pick, but first round pick for Arizona. He will not get out there and play. No Bryce Young, no Alabama quarterback in this one tonight. Though our buddy Ian Rappaport is reporting from Falcons camp yesterday that his sources are telling him that Tua Tagovailoa will win that job in Atlanta.
That's a quick call.
Yeah, very not surprising to me at all. I think there were 2 major quarterback battles. The Mendoza and Cousins you can throw out because it just depends on the philosophy of the coach and how they want to work in a rookie. But I think when you look at Minnesota with Kyler against JJ, it seemed like Kyler with still a lot of upside and new scenery to kind of recharge everything. And the same with Tua. I mean, Tua's just a more talented quarterback.
Okay, before we we jump into Alabama football with camp opening up and some brilliant Kalen DeBoer. Love Kalen DeBoer yesterday. I love this laser eye Kalen DeBoer.
This version of Kalen DeBoer that I got yesterday. Sign me up. Big spoonful of Kalen DeBoer yesterday. Before we do that, let's do the Alexander Shinara, you make the call, all right?
All right.
Tell us about Alexander Shinara.
I used to love that on IBM Presents, You Make the Call. Alexander Shinara is presenting it today. You make the call. Alexander Shinara Trial Attorneys. Shinara.com. You make the call to them when you are facing any sort of legal issue because they know how to handle it. Now, you might think of him only as a personal injury attorney, and certainly Alexander Shinara has done quite well in that space, one of the best in the world. But it's not just personal injury. He handles fire and storm damage, bad drug and device claims, workers' compensation, a host of other claims. You can find it all at Shinara.com, where they've recovered more than $2 billion for their clients. That's $2 billion for their clients. And you never pay a dime unless they win your case. At Shinara.com, Shinara.com.
Most of you have seen it already, but if you haven't, I want your reaction to Jeffrey Van, who has been called up by the New York Mets. He's done this for, I think, 11 years in minor league baseball. We'll start with Forrester's reaction on the back, but play the video, Forrester. This is Mets game last night. After every strikeout,
boom.
My gosh.
The high jump, and he drops down. Give it to me again before we get Forrester's reaction. We do everybody else. Now,
It's just laughing.
Now, I grew up with Mark Fidrick, the bird, who walked around and talked to his glove and the ball and all that kind of stuff. Never stepped on this or that. Okay, Forrester, you first. Bush League, give me a ruling here.
Okay, it is a lot,
You think?
but I don't have a problem with it. I really don't. Baseball isn't golf.
Wow.
It's
Drive by on golf.
yeah, well, it is what it is.
Baseball's the one, though. Golf doesn't have all the unwritten rules. We just got tons of written rules. Baseball's got all these unwritten rules, and it seems like this breaks one of them.
Yeah,
I don't have a problem with bat flips. I'm good with it.
Okay, I don't have a problem with bat flips
I
either.
don't have a problem with the bat flip, but I mean, look, there's 27 outs in a game, and there's 8 guys behind you, or 7 guys behind you, and 1 behind the plate. Like, this is just way too me, and it's stupid.
That's
really
that
dumb.
It is stupid.
That was my problem with it all. I love the bat flips. I'm not your typical old guy who says
That's
act
in the middle
like
of
you've been there
emotion, though.
before.
Like, you can't call your shot. You get a good pitch, you drive it into the seats, the emotion, you flip the bat, but this is too much.
This is orchestrated, and it doesn't look cool. The bat flip to me looks cool, right? When you spin a ball, if you got a good dance, if you pop the gritty, whatever they used to do at LSU in 2019, that looked cool. There's no coolness.
Well,
in this.
look, if he's going to go out and strike out, 10 to 15 every night and be completely dominant, then maybe you can get away with this. But
Now,
I don't know who the kid is. I think it looks silly, but
I will say this is the product of pitchers never having to bat anymore.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
Like, if this guy had to come to the plate,
He'd wear it.
He might wear this.
I just wonder how many guys went to the plate not knowing that he does this.
And they're like,
holy hell, what is going on?
What happened? Now, I'm going to be consistent here. I don't love this, but I'm with Scott. The bat flips really don't bother me. As I've always said, if you don't like the bat flip, you know what you do? You strike the guy out, right? And if you don't like this, you know what you do? You get a hit off the guy. I bet he doesn't do it if you get a hit off of him, does he?
No, only
All right.
strikeouts.
There you go.
What happens if he pulls a Grammatica?
That's going to be on him.
Well, I forget. I don't know if it was Luke.
He gets Cutica.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It is one of those things that it looks. I'm not athletic enough to do that right there.
Wait, so he's not going to do this every time. It was just
It's every strikeout.
Every strikeout.
right?
He's done this for 11 years in the minors.
Every strikeout in the minors for 11 years. Well, first of all, dude's been in the minors 11 years.
If I'm right about this. 12-year career.
29 years old.
So he's been in the minors a long time.
Yeah.
Let him celebrate a little bit. My gosh, he's got to feel like
Well,
he
he
just
was
got
doing
out of
this in
jail.
the minors,
Well,
too.
I know, but I'm going to give him some leeway on the major leagues, too.
Yeah. All right. There's
the veterans might get with him and be like, come on, let's dial this back.
a little.
it's the Mets, though.
That's
The
true.
most disappointing team in baseball.
A little make the call. To college football, we go with our hometown banker, Central State Bank. Kalen DeBoer saying all the right things yesterday. Give me Central State Bank.
Hey, that is the bank that is big enough to meet every single need you have, but they're small enough to know you because they are a community bank. School is starting back everywhere, and you may want to take care of those kids and teach them some good financial habits and good study habits. Well, the Young Savers account is great at Central State Bank. You open that Young Savers account, get the bank account started, and when grades roll in, you send them over to Central State Bank, and you could earn up to $10 for A's and B's. So it becomes banking that not only teaches your kid lifelong habits, but it celebrates hard work in school. That's just one of the many things you find with a community-focused bank, and that's what you get with Central State Bank. Family-owned, community-focused, Central State Bank, member FDIC.
All right. By the way, a little bit later on in the show, old school Pigskin Pick'em. No point spreads before. They had point spreads back when I was a kid, but you just worried about clipping out from the newspaper, the old Pigskin Pick'em. Just pick a winner or loser. I've got 15 games coming up for this college football season, and we'll come up with a game to do the tiebreaker on. We'll pick 15 games live on the air today, and I'm told before football season starts, you'll get a chance, thanks to Brooks on our social media and our website, to clip this out. Figuratively.
Digitally.
And get a chance to win a prize. So we'll play a little Pigskin Pick'em come up here. No point spreads, just winners. How good do you think you can do?
You think
just,
you can pick 15?
just winners.
It is college football.
Depending on what the games, probably.
Well, obviously going to be tough games, but
it is college football.
okay, you Call your shot. How good do you think you can be, real quick?
Of how many? Of 20?
15 games.
Oh, of 15.
Just winners. Just winners.
I will go 12-3.
12-3.
Yeah.
I think I'll be 11-4.
11-4 was in my head.
Yeah.
I have a gut feeling that 10-5 will win it.
You think 10-5 will be
Between
our
the
best?
three of us.
Between the
Well,
three
I
of
mean,
us?
if it's a bunch of pick'em games,
So they're good games.
Okay.
They're,
Yeah.
I mean, we're not picking
I mean, but like
Alabama, East Carolina.
Yeah.
like although Brown he's leaning Clemson right now.
That's
like,
right.
Gun to
Yeah.
head.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
In this situation, I go LSU.
That's
I mean,
what I'm
Clemson's
saying.
a-
Yeah, so
Clemson's a
you've
big
got to
dog.
kind of play the percentages.
Yeah,
like,
I'll play the percentage.
I might like Clemson plus the points, but I like LSU to win
Yeah.
the game.
Okay. All right. Clemson, LSU, not one of the games.
Okay, good.
One of the
I want to
games.
keep that alive for the Brown Bandit.
Yeah.
He was very interested in that, he told me.
Okay, Alabama on the practice field yesterday. Forrester putting out on our social media platforms a ton of sound from SEC camps everywhere at Next Round Live. Go check that out. That included Alabama and Auburn video of them at practice at Next Round Live. Go check that out on Twitter and Instagram. Here's the Tide working in Tuscaloosa. The shells are on. They were out there practicing. This is all about conditioning, working through some stuff. So, you get asked about quarterbacks and all that, but right here, the thing that got me fired up, Kalen DeBoer getting asked about where the media is picking Alabama to finish, and this answer is a 100 out of 100 for Kalen DeBoer. Listen in.
This team isn't picked to finish as high as maybe what this program is used to. I think the guys pay attention to that, and then over the past day or so, have you felt a sense of motivation to prove people wrong?
Yeah, we are definitely aware.
That's
a
it.
Short
That's it.
answer.
That's the way you answer that, right? People complain about the way he answered something at SEC Media Days, which I thought he answered it perfectly okay. But that's the way you answer that question right there.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. Now we'll see what he does with it. I'm trying to remember where Washington was ranked coming into 23, the year that he actually played for a national championship.
That would have been an old Pac-12,
Yeah.
though, right? So they would have been pretty high.
I don't think they
You
were.
mean where they were picked
preseason?
Preseason or where they were
Pac-12
actually
media
ranked?
poll is what they're comparing this to. See if you can find that for 2023.
What year was that, 2023?
Yeah, I would say they would have been no lower than third.
Yeah, but I just want to. Well, I mean, look, yeah, that was Pac-12 for sure.
right,
I'm
that's right.
talking about like preseason top 25.
They were picked second by the media. USC picked to finish first. Did they play USC in the conference championship?
did not.
They
They
played
did not.
Oregon.
No, they played
Yeah.
Oregon, who was picked fourth, by the way.
Yeah, Dan Lanning should have
year.
been using that back in 2023.
Well, he wasn't there. That was the problem,
Oh,
right?
that's right.
Was it Cristobal?
I think it was Mario. Yeah, I think it's before he bailed. I like, so many coaches say, look, man, we don't pay attention to what the media says. You know they do, though. You know they do.
And even more than them, 100% the players do.
Yeah.
Because they're connected to this.
Yeah, I mean.
Just like I am.
Washington was higher preseason. They were
Yeah.
number 10.
Well, but, I mean, now again, they were just 11 in the coaches poll, Alabama was.
Yep.
And, I mean, if you look at where Alabama finished last year, I think that's a fair ranking. Like, I think the coaches have them fair.
Yeah, but the SEC media, am I right, Forrester? Was it 7th? 6th? 7th? I can't remember coming out
Yeah,
of
but-
Tampa. It was around 6 or 7th,
Yeah, it was
right?
6-7.
Yeah, but think about, I mean,
So you're 11
Just
in the
a-
country, but 6 or 7.
but just all right. So
was
there's
6.
There's the preseason
Six,
media poll,
yeah.
6. But bear in mind, Georgia, Texas, Ole Miss, Texas A&M, and Oklahoma were all in front of Alabama in that coaches poll. So where was Alabama in the SEC in the coaches poll? 6th. But when it's 11th nationally, it doesn't look as bad, right? When you're 6th in the conference, but you're 11th nationally, it doesn't look as bad.
Give it to me again, Tyler. Cut 8. Give it to me again. I want to hear it again, because sometimes you would say something good and then you would try to explain it and say other things. That's my problem. I should just say something and shut up. But here's Kalen DeBoer doing it. I think this gets Alabama fans pumped.
This team isn't picked to finish as high as maybe what this program is used to. I think the guys pay attention to that, and then over the past day or so, have you felt a sense of motivation to prove people wrong?
Yeah, we are definitely aware.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. Chat room reaction, Brownie. Anybody in the chat also fired up about that?
Well, Terry says, if you're that, and I was about to say the same thing, which is kind of weird to me, but if you're that fired up about it, if this is, that big of a focus for you, I expect to see it against Florida State. Now, they play Kentucky before they play Florida State.
Yeah. Or even East Carolina.
Well,
I mean,
East Carolina, my gosh, if you're not drubbing them, right?
But by the way, of the three teams, East Carolina on the road at Kentucky, Florida State, if this was last year's East Carolina team, that may be the best of the three.
Yeah, but again, they lost 21 starters.
Yeah. And we at some point we could debate whether at Kentucky is tougher than home to Florida State. But
I don't think
to,
that,
to Terry's point,
probably
you want to see them boat race East Carolina, go on the road and easily handle an SEC opponent, and then come home and easily handle Florida State.
Correct.
Then that shows me you're motivated. You're out of the gate playing the way you're supposed to, right?
Yeah.
That's what Terry's saying. That's what you're saying, right?
Well, I mean, the last couple of years there have been inexcusable losses from Kalen DeBoer. And last year it didn't really matter. I mean, look, they ended up meeting up with Indiana in the end, and everybody Indiana played kind of got buzzsawed. But I'm talking about, regular season, the Florida State was a head scratcher. You go back the year before, what happened in Norman, Oklahoma was crazy.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right about that. That was the most head scratcher. Brody says, I think Kalen is most comfortable this year because he's under the radar and there is silence. Gumpman says Kalen is so robotic it's painful.
That wasn't robotic, though. In my opinion, that wasn't robotic.
I mean, that's about as much personality that you'll ever get out of him with one sentence.
Keith says, perfect answer. Rusty says, love it. Don't talk about it, be about it.
That's exactly right, Rusty. That's exactly right, Rusty.
Samuel says, it doesn't exactly get me pumped, but I do like to see him like that. I noticed he dropped an ass in that interview, too. I like cussing Kalen.
Yeah.
You don't get that a lot.
Cussing Kalen. Yeah. Daniel says, Kalen does his best under the radar. No one had Washington in the championship. Now, that is true. You said they started preseason 10th, second in their conference, but nobody was predicting them to play for the national championship.
No, but still, I mean,
do y'all want the Cussin' Kalen T-shirt in our store?
Oh, Cussin' Kalen.
We spell Cussin' with a K, Cussin' Kalen.
I don't think you're going to get it much. You remember when we first interviewed him, there was that story from the play-by-play guy at Sioux Falls that said he was around him for 3 or 4 years and never heard him, cuss one time.
That's right. Not one time. Daniel says, perfect answer. He didn't waste time on a bunch of words that will mean nothing at kickoff. He is rightly determined that no matter what he says, people will find something wrong with it. That is true. What do y'all want, a stand-up routine?
I don't know. Less is more. Talk less.
Henry says, Jim is fired up about 5 words. Old man Jim is going to be insufferable with Bama being 7 to 8 wins in his 60s. When you're in your 60s and Bama 7 to 8 wins, you're going to be insufferable.
I wasn't going to do this for the first person that said that, but I do happen to have Kalen DeBoer's all-time record pulled up here.
Okay.
It's impressive.
I mean, just think about where his worst season ever was. Okay, I'll just read them out to you.
Well, it was
Sioux Falls 11-2, 14-0, 13-1, 14-0, 15-0. Fresno State taking over a program, 3-3 in the pandemic, but that was 3-3 in the pandemic. Other than that, 9-3 gets the Washington job, 11-2, 14-1. First year at Alabama, 9-4, probably his worst season.
That was his worst season.
It was. Yep.
Yeah, last year 11-4. In the SEC championship game, you take a loss. After winning a playoff game, you take another loss. It's basically a 2-loss season until you get to the postseason. And now he's clean slate starting this year.
Fresno in the pandemic, difficult, but like you throw everything out. It was such a weird year. But he took over one of the most difficult situations in the history of college football. I know some people will laugh about that because Alabama was a play away from probably winning a national championship, but I'm just talking about the circumstances of actually who he replaced. But last year was a really, really good year. I think that, outside of 5 programs in college football, that is an A++ year. But my question to you guys, if he has last year 5 consecutive years, what happens? Plays for an SEC championship for 5 years but doesn't win one, wins 1 playoff game a year for 5 years.
No. Do they get blitzed in the second playoff? I mean, that was part of it, too, that you can't ignore is the fact that they just – if Alabama went to the Rose Bowl and it was back and forth with Indiana and Indiana won late, Alabama fans aren't going to like that. They're not going to like any loss. There's no loss where Alabama fans are like, yeah, man.
I don't think it would be enough. I think in 5 years he's out. I think it would be a Ryan Day situation.
I agree.
For people that forget, Ryan Day 2 years ago was going to get fired if they would have lost. Maybe even in the second round to Oregon. They go on to win the national championship, and then he's fine. I just – some certain fan bases get so spoiled.
I mean, listen, we had a conversation with someone yesterday after the show, and ask an Alabama fan, do you like Kalen DeBoer? And the answer was no. And then the immediate response is, but I'm spoiled.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, you are. You are. You're more spoiled than any fan base has ever been in the history of college football. There's not a more spoiled fan base.
Yeah. Ohio State would be second.
Yes.
To his point,
Yes.
and that's why they were ready to push Ryan Day
That's
out.
right.
All Ryan Day has done. Now, when he took over for Urban Meyer, unlike Kalen DeBoer, you couldn't leave. If you left, you had to sit out a year. If you bailed on the Ohio State program, Alabama lost a lot of talent between Saban and DeBoer taking over. If it was the old days and Caleb Downs couldn't have left, and Isaiah Bond couldn't have left, and your team would have been a slightly better talent-wise than they were when
Yeah, I
he
mean,
took
that's
over.
the difference in maybe beating Vanderbilt or Oklahoma.
Yeah, or winning both of those games. So Ohio State, all Ryan Day has done. I just happen to have this pulled up.
Is he 92-8?
13-1, 7-1 in the pandemic, 11-2, 11-2, 11-2, 14-2, 12-2. The guy's never not won double digits.
What's the total record?
He is at Ohio State, and all time it's his only job. He's 82-12,
82-12,
55-5 in the Big Ten.
55-5.
I said they were overrated yesterday because they were number one. I mean, that schedule. Like if you're an Ohio State fan, and Ryan Day goes 10-2 or 11-1 with that schedule, I mean that would be pretty incredible.
Yeah. Also, what started stacking up on him is they lost the Peach Bowl playoff game in 2022 without winning one. They lost the Cotton Bowl in 2023 without winning a playoff game. Then you win the national championship, and then you lose first game last year in the playoffs, some postseason, and the Michigan game.
The Michigan games are that's the weight around his neck, because I think 5 of those Big Ten losses, 2 or 3 have been Michigan, right?
Meanwhile, Kalen DeBoer is beating the rival, in-state rival, and is 1-1
against Georgia,
against Tennessee. Is that right?
1-1 against Tennessee, 1-1 against Georgia,
1-1 against Georgia now.
Yeah.
No, 2-1 against Georgia. Beating them twice in the regular season.
Oh, that's true. My apologies. Yeah, 2-1 against Georgia. Yeah.
I mean, the problem's been Oklahoma.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, now
And
now
they're
1-2,
but the one was a big one.
Yeah, and can you imagine down double digits if he was 0-3 against Oklahoma?
Yeah, this would feel a lot different. Yes,
as the guy in the chat said about Alabama, how I'm going to be in my 60s when Alabama's a mediocre team. I will say this: Kalen DeBoer's on a 1-game win streak though against Oklahoma.
That is true.
Yeah,
they're +1 right now.
Yeah, and he's got a winning record in the playoffs. Correct?
Yeah, I have
DeBoer.
Yeah,
at Alabama.
No, in his career.
Yeah, in his career.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I've gone back and forth on this. I thought for sure when he took the job he would win a national championship. I think it's gotten so difficult to win a national championship in college football because literally there is so much parity. You brought this up to Rhett Lashley yesterday, talking about Miami almost doesn't get in, and they play for the national championship out of the ACC.
That's right.
I mean, we really are getting to a point outside of Group 5 teams, anybody can win this.
Yeah.
Once they're in.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Miami had ball in hand with a chance to win. They're in College Station in the first week of the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, nobody would have seen Penn State 2 years ago.
Yeah.
They were a play away from playing for the national championship. Playing for the national championship was Notre Dame. Nobody really saw that coming. I think anybody that gets in this 12-team playoff outside of the Group 5
I
can
agree
win it.
completely.
And Notre Dame had lost to Marshall. Was that the year they lost to Marshall and played for the national
Or
championship?
Northern Illinois.
One of those two.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because Marcus Freeman seems to have that loss all the time.
Scott says Cussin Kalen is cut 10 if you want to hear it.
Yeah, I got it right here. Give me cut 10. It would be a cool T-shirt. Cussin. Don't put the G on it. Cussin.
Cool T-shirt.
Because we're in the South. Cussin Kalen. Here's, even though I'm not sure ass is going to fall into the cussing category.
That's a very minor cuss word, if it a cuss word at all.
I need to hear how it's used.
It is pretty amazing how lenient all coaches have gotten on the podium. Like we
They
heard
really have.
Josh Heupel yesterday. This is bullshit.
Yeah, you think Pete Golding?
No,
you think
I
they've all
mean,
watched Pete and they're like, well,
yeah.
Pete Golding could get away with it.
Yeah, Kalen DeBoer on what he wants to see from the team in camp after day one in T-Town.
We talked about response. Someone's going to win a play every down, right? So there's going to be something when you're going against each other, and you just try to make that as game-like as possible. And so, what's the response? And that's a lot of football, and the momentum, getting it on your side and keeping it on your side. And there's going to be plays that don't go your way, but what's it look like? How are you coming together? We're identifying, leaders beyond the guys that we expect to be able to stand up and when needed and take charge. And so, but as a whole team, that's what it's got to be, and right now it's kind of an offense versus defense thing. So you're trying to at the same time build the belief and confidence in each other while you're really trying to ask the one side of the ball to just kick the other side's ass, all day. So.
It's very minor.
So did somebody kick it? Somebody's
he
ass?
looked down too. He felt bad about it. God, I hope my parents above are not listening to me right now.
As Daniel said, ass is one of those words it's a minor cuss word until you use it in certain contexts.
That's right.
Wouldn't you love to
a little bit worse
to have a completely truthful conversation with him where he tells you how good he feels about this team? And do you think most coaches know how good their team is?
I do.
I think usually they've got something we usually do in the off season, a nice little 3-game. I think they can get the win total easily within 3 games.
Yeah. But, Saban was so surgical. Like he knew, watching film, we are so much better than this team.
Yep.
Like you heard stories, not only the Notre Dame, which was obvious. I mean, you guys saw it on the field, but the 2011 rematch with LSU, I remember hearing stories about Saban, talking to coaches, we're going to whip this team's ass. Like we're prepared. We know what we're doing here, and this is going to happen. I just wonder how many coaches really know that.
I include Brown into this very early on, and I think I mentioned it to you too. But you could tell by the way he reacted on the sidelines early in football games on how big of a challenge he thought the day was going to be. If
Nick
something,
Saban?
If something went wrong early in the game, missed field goal or a turnover or something, and they're coming off the field and he's encouraging them, he knew on tape that this was going to be a battle. Hey, stay up, man, stay up. It's going to be okay. It's okay. But if he's chewing ass them coming off the field, right, he knew they were a better football team and didn't have their head in the right space.
Yeah, I can see that. I just wonder how many, he was a Jedi master, right?
Oh, he's as good as ever.
Best ever do it. Yeah. I just wonder how many coaches really behind the scenes look at their team and they're like, this team literally can win a national championship.
Yeah, I wonder today if you went to Dabo Swinney, if Dabo would tell you, I think we're a 10-win team. Yeah. Or would Dabo look, we were 7-6 last year and we're not much better this year. I mean, I think they know that. I do think they know that.
I think.
I do. Kirby told us this. Kirby told us this at the Regents interview this year, that he's having a hard time. He's the best in the business. He's having a hard time adjusting to what teams in this era are supposed to look like in practice. He went into last season saying, we don't have the depth, we don't have the depth, we don't have the depth. And then he got into the season, and it was a good season.
That was the quote that got a lot of traction from Kirby on our interview, where he said, I look at these teams now, our 2014, 2015, 2016 Alabama teams would, I can't even remember the phrase he used.
But basically boat racing.
Yeah,
beat the crap out of them.
And he's like, but you've got to change that because there's no team in college football that's ever going to be built like that again. Not in this world. You can't do it.
That has the 2s and the 3s, those Alabama teams.
And that's what's kind of crazy because you can never really compare generations. But when we look at 2019 LSU and 2020 Alabama, I mean, that would have been an epic game. But I don't think we're ever going to be able to go back and look at the 2025 Indiana team that went 16-0. I'll say it, as good as they were, yes, some of those Georgia and Alabama teams would have beaten them by 14.
Yep.
They would have.
And that same with the 2019 LSU team.
Oh, yeah. There's not been – I have not seen since 2019 and 2020 Alabama and LSU.
Yeah, there haven't been teams like that.
I have not seen another team that could beat those teams.
So even if you've been in the game long enough, even great coaches like Kirby Smart are having a hard time adjusting to what they're seeing in practices. So I do feel like Kalen DeBoer knows how good his team is or isn't, and could put it within I really believe, a 3-game sliding scale. And I think every coach in college football can do that, but I think it's harder than it was when Nick was coaching just a few years ago. All right, I'd love to know in the chat room, do people remember the newspaper, first off?
You mean just the
I mean, it's been a long time. Have you ever held a newspaper?
Yeah, that's where I bought a dog one time.
Was the one that was half wolf?
Yeah, it was the half German Shepherd, half
Classifieds?
wolf. Yeah, it was from the Classifieds. They advertised as half German Shepherd, half Alaskan Malamute.
Yeah, but it was actually a wolf. It wasn't Alaskan Malamute.
Actually a wolf hybrid.
I step over a paper every time I come in here.
Somebody's getting the New York Times in our building now.
Yeah,
I've noticed it. It's down on the and somebody picks it up every day. Either our buddy Clarence tosses it in the trash, which is the most likely outcome, or whoever has ordered the New York Times is actually picking it up.
I assume it's those financial people in the first door to the left.
But it's in a blue wrapper every single day out in front of our building.
Do you think you could, if I was like, you can't use your phone, You have got 30 minutes, $1 million. You've got to find a newspaper machine in the city of Birmingham.
Machine? No.
We don't print a paper here anymore, do we?
In fact, when Nick Kelly was on our show last, AL.com, great writer, he has, I'm right, Forrester, right? Didn't he have a paper box in his
like the old one you drop quarters in and open it? That's actually a pretty cool.
Literally
little,
says Birmingham News, and it was behind him, wasn't it, Forrester?
Yeah, one of the old vending machines.
The orange one, right? It was like orange.
Well, I'm sure at some point all those employees are like, if y'all take them off our hands, y'all can have them because we don't know what we're going to do with them.
They were bringing them back and putting them in the warehouse.
Like
and
somebody
so
if y'all want them, come pick them up. Yeah. I mean, that's pretty.
Yeah, I mean that's a dinosaur. The old cigarette. People would die if they. You guys remember this? You go in a bar and they would have the cigarette dispensers.
Modest Pizza had one. Modest Pizza had. I mean, it was this big, and you would drop it in, and you'd pull the handle, and the cigarettes would drop out.
Yeah, a packet of cigarettes.
Yeah,
by the way, those don't ID you, right?
No, I used to think that was crazy as a kid because I'd go play with it. You know, you'd pull the handles. I wouldn't put anything in it.
No, but when my dad smoked. He would let you pull it.
Yeah.
And sometimes he wouldn't even get up from drinking his Budweiser. He'd send me over with the 3/4 or how much it cost back then, and just drop them in there and pull the thing and bring it back.
I wonder if anybody's ever had and I'm not talking about somebody in their house.
Menthol one time and got the back of his hand. No, I'm kidding.
Do you think there are vending machines with beer in them?
Don't think.
I mean, somewhere in the world?
Maybe in Germany. I mean, Germany.
I didn't see anything when I was over there, but I mean,
think there's some in Japan.
Okay.
You drops
they have vending machines for everything.
It drops out a cold can. A cold can.
Yeah. I mean,
with technology, it'd be really easy with an ID now that you'd have to put your driver's license in. It would have to match.
Yeah.
They would take a picture of you. It'd have to match a picture of the photo.
Because, like, if you go by Sudafed or whatever, they scan the back of your driver's license, so you could just use that in a vending machine.
Speaking of driver's license, whenever you guys want it, I've got an Uber update. So.
Okay. We'll get an Uber update and then play our little Pigskin Pick'em on the other side. And then stay tuned next week. We'll tell you how you can pick the same 15 games we're about to pick and have a little fun. This will just fill the time until we get back to the pick 3 coming up in week 1 of the college football season. It's being brought to you today by our friends at Johnston RV Center, johnstonrvcenter.com.
I-65, exit 304 in Coleman, 334 in Decatur is where you find our buddies at Johnston RV Center. You want to go see America this fall when the weather cools down? It will happen soon. Well, Johnston RV has the perfect RV for you, be it fifth wheel, which is usually popular right now, the big motorhome, the small toy haulers. They've got something size-wise for everyone and price range for everyone. You could shop by size or price range right there at johnstonrvcenter.com. Great website to go to where you'll see everything, johnstonrvcenter.com. I-65, exit 304 in Coleman, 334 in Decatur. It's where you find them in person, and it's very important to remember RV Warranty Forever covers everything they sell, new or qualifying pre-owned for life at johnstonrvcenter.com.
And for 70 years plus, compassionate care from our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Guys, I'm telling you, and it's even worked for our audience. A couple of people have told us that UCA has caught cancer very early. Cancer detection, this is one of those cancers, if you catch early on, the success rate is very, very close to 100%. And that's what you get with Urology Centers of Alabama. When I say that's what you get, that means if you're in your 20s right now and you're listening or watching us, or 30s or 40s, as you progress through life, get that baseline so they can pay attention with your annual checkups on anything that changes in your body. That helps with the early detections, the test. That's what you get at Urology Centers of Alabama. Prostate health to kidney stones, everything in between. Go online to see what they have to offer you. UrologyCentersAlabama.com. Call to make an appointment, 205-930-0920.
Take the next round anywhere you go with official Next Round gear. Buy yours today at nextround.store.
The insurance company called. They offered you a settlement. Sounds good, right? Wrong. They're counting on you not knowing what your case is really worth. They're betting you take pennies on the dollar because you're scared and overwhelmed. Don't fall for it. Alexander Shinara Trial Attorneys has recovered over $2 billion for going to war with insurance companies that try this every single day. Call 659-777-7777 or alexwins.law. Free consultation. You pay nothing unless they win.
Physical office location, Birmingham. Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round to tell you about one of our favorite places for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That is Hamburger Heaven since 1982. Hamburger Heaven has been serving Birmingham's best hamburgers, cheeseburgers, French fries, hand-spun milkshakes, and sandwiches made fresh to order. All of their ingredients are fresh and prepared daily. This includes their beef, always fresh, never frozen, hand-pattied each and every day. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, visit any of the 4 locations, Highway 280, Irondale, Gardendale, and Homewood.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Next Round shirts, Next Round hoodies, and Next Round hats are all in one place. NextRound.store. Find your favorite piece of gear from your favorite show and put it in your rotation. You never know. You might be in one of our videos showing Next Round gear being worn all over the world. Find all your favorite Next Round gear by visiting NextRound.store. Place an order for you and that big Next Round fan in your life at NextRound.store. Look your best at work, at school, at the stadium, or anywhere you go wearing Next Round gear from NextRound.store.
Hey, for all of your IT and printing needs, reach out to our friends at Xerox Business Solutions. Look, I'm still one of those old school guys. I print my notes every single day for the show. If you watch the show here on the Next Round, you see all the notes in front of me. From day one, Xerox Business Solutions, they've been with us here at the Next Round. Local for over 45 years. For all of your IT and printing needs, visit XeroxBusinessSolutions.com or call 205-969-3000. That's 205-969-3000.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
The 2026 Yellowwood 500 weekend is returning to the Talladega Superspeedway Friday, October 23rd through Sunday, October 25th. The triple header chase weekend at Talladega features 3 days of high-intensity racing across 3 series, capping off with the Yellowwood 500 on Sunday. Guarantee your spot now by visiting TalladagaSuperspeedway.com or calling 877-GO-TO-DEGA, and enhance your race weekend by adding passes to the Talladega Garage Experience, the most immersive in NASCAR. 877-GO-TO-DEGA or TalladagaSuperspeedway.com.
All right, rolling on. We're about to. Anyone in the chat room remember the Pigskin Pick'em, the old newspaper?
Oh yeah.
I know you do. I just hope the chat room. Some of them are old enough to remember. We have a very young audience, but some of them old enough to remember what we're about to do here in a second. LT's story about getting Uber ready, brought to you by the people that have sold him the car of his dreams now that he's trying to turn into an Uber. It's our friends at Hoover Toyota.
Yeah, one of the things in the inspection, he was like, I need a better look at the brake pads.
Did you say,
and I was
can
like,
you tell me where the brake pads are?
I was like,
I assume they're down by the wheels.
It's a 2026. And he's like, yeah, you got a good point. And he just let it go at that point. Anyway, the Land Cruiser is about to be 100% Uber certified. It's going to be on the roads. I almost went for a test Uber, test run last night. Instead, I took a couple of Ubers to pick their brains. to do a little research in the market. But anyway, if you're in the market, speaking of which, for car, SUV, truck, whether it's new or pre-owned, our friends at Hoover Toyota, they've got that incredible inventory. They've got the on-site finance department. Of course, they've got the red carpet program they have been rolling out locally for more than 2 decades, not only in Birmingham, Alabaster, Vestavia as well. Stop in, see Scott Peoples, the great staff there, located conveniently Highway 150. Tell them the next round sent you. For more information and to view the inventory, hoovertoyota.com.
All right, so
Tyler's got questions though. What,
okay.
what,
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. So tell me about the Uber.
So, are you signing up as an Uber X or regular Uber? Should we change the challenge to make it to where you're a pet-friendly Uber?
No on the pet-friendly. He's not getting a pet into the new car.
Yeah. I don't know all this stuff. I will tell you. So what happened is you've got to get your car inspected. So I had to set up a Zoom call with a third party that does this for Uber. So they called me yesterday at 2:00. I had to, literally, it was a 30-minute Zoom call where they do everything. Like you've got to put coin between tire treads to show that you've got enough tread on the tires. It's like going to one of these local oil change places where mash the brakes, left, right on the blinkers, all that. So we went around that whole thing. I was certified. Now I am just waiting on something with the documentation of the registration of the vehicle and my driver's license. Now, you guys are going to be shocked. Maddie has done all this for me.
Oh, I'm not shocked.
What? You don't say.
Yeah.
Wow.
But I am I'm a step away.
The sun came up?
They've really beefed up their application process.
That's what I was
Yeah,
thinking.
you sold it
You used to be able to do it the same day.
And
Now,
so-
if you're doing Uber Eats, you can still do it same day.
I had dinner with one of our friends last night in Crestline, so I decided, hey, I'm just going to take an Uber. I'll have a couple of drinks. I'll pick the Uber's brain on the way down and on the way back. And I was just asking her things like, can somebody ride along with you? Absolutely not.
Okay.
Can I film while and she looked at me like I'm.
Well, what are you doing, sir?
No. I was like, have you ever heard of anybody getting fired? Yes, you can get fired from Uber.
But this film thing seems to be an issue. So she said, no, you cannot film?
Yeah, well, here's what I was thinking about this, and we can do this off the air. I don't want to bore anybody.
Clear it with the actual passenger,
gonna
then you just get fired from
That's
Uber.
it, but
What's
here's the
loss?
problem.
Nothing.
You guys have ridden in a lot of Ubers. The phone is always on the dash with the destination because you have to have that linked up with your passenger.
Right.
Now, how am I going to link up with my passenger and video at the same time?
It's going to be tricky.
Yeah. It's a second. You got a
We would
second
need
recording device.
Second camera, yeah.
Yeah, second.
But
phone.
I don't know how we do that because it's got to be a StreamYard camera, so it's got to be something live.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where Maddie will come in again.
Well, she can't ride with it.
You can't ride with me.
Yeah, her phone can.
Wow. Maddie, no phone for 5 hours? That's going to suck. I don't know. We'll have to think through that one.
Yeah.
This has always been a technical issue. From day one, this has been a technical issue. The kind of things our audience, we try to tell them when they come up with these ideas, like this is not going to go exactly like y'all think because of all this, but they ignore that when they make these
Well, and I've got to
suggestions.
have somebody back at Mission Control,
That's
right?
correct. Yeah, we got a lot of moving parts on this one. We'll figure it out.
So we'll shoot for next Friday night, if that's okay with you guys, a week from this Friday.
I think that works for me.
Yeah, so that'll be August 14th, and we'll get it going. I'm just saying, the process is almost complete.
Okay.
I mean, you could pick up Ubers to bring them to our kickoff party and then take them home.
I think that's too fan friendly, though. Don't we
Okay.
want people in the wild that have no idea what's
It
going
needs
on?
to be a little grittier, is what Lance is saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Pick'em today brought to you by our friends at Crane U. Tell us about Crane U, LT.
Hey, if you are in the market right now, you're thinking about maybe changing the career, or maybe you're already a crane operator and you really want to get fully compliant, you want to get certified, Crane U is here to guide you every single step of the way. Crane U is your all-in-one destination for crane certification success. They're going to guide you through every single step of the process, from the comprehensive preparation, both in and out of the classroom. They're going to ensure you're fully equipped for even the toughest exams. Then they're going to streamline your experience by administering both the written and hands-on test right there at their facility in Leeds, so you can get certified with confidence and convenience. Inspections, training, certifications, whatever you need, Crane U's got it handled. It's the one call you make and you're good. For more information, craneu.com. That is craneu.com.
Brooks will make his picks later. Forrester's microphone, please. I got 15 games. This is no point spreads at all. It's throughout the season, and we just pick winners. LT thinks 12-3 is the floor for him.
Well, I think I can go 12-3. I think 12-3 will win this too.
Okay. I think 10-5 will win it in a tiebreaker.
Now, again, I'll tell you after. You didn't tell me the games. I'll tell you if I really believe 12-3 is attainable after you give us the 15 games.
First game out of the gate, November 7th, Alabama at LSU. Forster, you start us off on this one. Alabama at LSU. Just the winners, the way we used to do it in the old days in the newspaper, Pigskin Pick'em. What you got?
I got LSU.
LSU for Forster. Say you're orange and blue without saying you're orange and blue.
Wow.
What about you, Jim? Oh, I'll take Alabama. What about you?
You're crimson and white.
What about you, Lance?
So these are tough games. LSU, slight favorite in this, but Lane Kiffin's got an Alabama problem.
And
I'll
LSU,
believe it when I see it. And, in Alabama in Baton Rouge, I'll take Alabama.
I was about to say LSU's got an Alabama problem in Baton Rouge. Give me Alabama.
Alabama. So 3 Alabamas and Forster with LSU. September 19th. LSU at Ole Miss. Now, some of these games are coming off an ESPN story, not all of them, but some of them today, where games that will decide the conference races this year, 4 major conferences, and LSU Ole Miss was not one of them in that ESPN story.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, they had like 5 from each of the conferences. So LSU at Ole Miss. We start this time with Jim. Jim, who do you like? I'm going to go in this game with LSU. Next up, Ryan.
Look, I think this is going to be obviously an emotional game. I think sometimes we've talked about it in the old school game of the century. It's harder to play those at home than it is on the road, as crazy as that sounds. And I just think everybody thinks Ole Miss is going to get their pound of flesh and the way college football works, LSU wins this game.
LT?
Tough call, though.
Yeah, Sam Levitt's going to have to play really, really good in this matchup because I could see Trinidad just play his ass off and this be a high-scoring game. And I agree with what you said about the home team. This kind of reminds me on a different level, non-championship level of what we saw with the game of the century, the first matchup with Alabama and LSU.
Yeah, game day will be there for a week.
I think too much hype. Like that balloon is just going to be so inflated. So I will take LSU as well.
Yeah. And I would imagine, before Forster picks, I would imagine in that game that there are a lot of Ole Miss players.
I'm not going 12-3, by the way.
Yeah.
You're already backing off.
I want to tell you. These are tough-ass games. I thought this was like week 1, and we'd have some double-digit favorites. Yeah, I'm not going 12-3.
They are those Ole Miss players. They've got an axe to grind, so their hype meter is going to be on 11 out of 10.
Yeah.
Those 65 new LSU players, some of them were like, why is this a big game again?
Yeah.
What's up with this?
Exactly.
Why are they burning you,
This
coach?
game means nothing to Sam Levitt. I mean, Sam Levitt's like, it's just another game for me.
Yeah, I would love to see what actually transpires the first week for both of these teams, how crisp Ole Miss can look against Louisville.
That's what
and then
makes...
obviously LSU against Clemson. Because if LSU, last year they win that game 17-10. If they lost 17-10, then the margin of error is 0, basically, and I think they play much differently.
And with these games spread out, injuries can play a factor. We just did one November game. This is a September game.
Yeah, can you imagine if Trinidad goes down and Deuce is getting his first start?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Forster, you have a chance to save the graphic again.
I'm probably going too much with what I want to see happen here. I think Trinidad's going to go off. Give me Ole Miss.
All right. So far, the three of us have been on the same page, and Forster has saved the graphic both times.
And I like where Forster's head is. Like, whoever gets to go last, if it's 3 across, I'll tell you, if I'm in that spot, I'm taking the other side.
This is golf. It is now Ryan's turn to go first. SMU at Louisville on September 19th, Brownie. SMU at Louisville.
I'm going to take Louisville in this one. All due respect to Coach Lashley, who we very much like on the show yesterday. And I think they could still play in the conference championship game. I think it's a tough road trip for them. I think they're going to beat Florida State week 1, but that Louisville game's that's a sneaky tough game for them.
LT.
I mean, Rhett Lashley talked about yesterday the loss of production and how they got better as the season went. I know this is somewhat early in the season, but I like SMU in this spot. I'm not convinced that Lincoln Kleinholtz is going to be a really, really good quarterback. And again, Kevin Jennings coming back, 5th-year guy. I'll take SMU on the road.
Forster.
I'm going to go Louisville.
Any reason why?
Just gut.
Just gut.
Yeah.
They will be favored in this game.
Yeah.
Louisville will be, yeah.
I, too, am going SMU. SMU is my pick on this one. Not because Rhett Lashley knows our name, but it helps.
Lashley.
You
don't even know
Lashley. Okay, November 7th, LT gets to go first on this one. Miami plays a little team called Notre Dame. Miami, Notre Dame. LT, who do you have?
I am going to take Notre Dame in this spot. I think Notre Dame's a slight bit better. This game is in South Bend, obviously. I think they've got the advantage as much as I like Darian Mensah. I think C.J. Carr might be the best quarterback in college football. So I'm going to slight and much better coach. But go Notre Dame here.
Okay, Forrester, you're next. Notre Dame, Miami. What you got?
I was tempted to have Notre Dame as my national champion before I went Oregon. Give me Notre Dame.
Same. Notre Dame for me. Brownie.
Reese Desmond knows this, living down in Miami, but the Hurricanes have never beaten Notre Dame outside the state of Florida. Haven't done it since 1984. 1984 is the last time Miami beat Notre Dame outside the state of Florida. Where's this game, Reese?
It is in South Bend
that
today,
is
Coach.
not in Florida. I am taking Notre Dame straight
I can't
up.
believe I put this on a platter for you. Like if all three take one side in one of these coin flip games, boy, if I could change it, I would go back.
You go Miami, you're going to go Mario in a big game?
November 7th also. BYU is at Utah. Forrester, you're the T-box is yours on this one. BYU at Utah.
I'm going to go BYU. Just haven't seen Morgan Scalley do it.
That's why I'm taking BYU too. I know what I got in Kalani as the head coach. I know what I've got at quarterback in Dampier for Utah, but I feel like the team, especially the defense, I like BYU. Brownie.
Utah, a really, really difficult place to play. This is a heated rivalry. Give me Utah at home.
Yep. LT?
Yeah, I like Utah in this matchup. They lost it last year. This is the one game they've got circled, the Holy War, because this is the most difficult game on their schedule. So I think Utah wins this game.
November 21, this is our Pigskin Pick'em, by the way. You guys will have a chance to do this on our website next week, and Brooks will make his picks, and we'll join the fun as well. November 21st, Indiana. I have UW written down here. I assume that's Washington. Indiana at Washington, and it's my pick first on this one. I'm going to take Indiana, but this feels like this could be one of those sneaky upset games by the time we'll get to Seattle. But I'll just ride that by the time we get to November, Josh Hoover's dialed in. I'll take Indiana. Brownie.
This is an interesting stretch of football for Indiana. They are hosting USC and then on the road at Washington, next to last game of the year. Indiana's going to lose somewhere this year, and they got a lot of possibilities. Ohio State at Michigan, but I think at Washington, to your point, is just one of those games, difficult place to play. I'll take Washington in this one at home.
Okay, LT.
Oh, man, such a tough game.
It's a tough call.
Yeah, I would lean Indiana's probably a 4.5-point favorite. I will take the Hoosiers. I think by that point in the season, man, I think both teams are going to be really good, but I'll take Indiana.
Indiana. Okay, Forster. 2-1 so far.
Indiana is going to lose somewhere. It's not going to be this one. They're going to kick Washington's ass on the road.
Wow, cussing Forrester.
Forster's like the celebrity guest picker.
I wrote a song.
I don't have any headgear back here.
I wrote a song.
I played a concert one time in Seattle. That place sucks. Give me Indiana. All right, show today. More picks coming up. Show today being brought to you by our friends at Way to Wellness. You can jumpstart your weight loss right now with Leslie and her board-certified team. Just get on their website at planforme.com. Planforme.com. No contracts, no sign-up fees. First consultation, absolutely free. It works. It actually helped me with my cholesterol numbers. Those are life-saving numbers there. Just talk to Leslie, and she can hook you up with things that can help you enjoy life a little bit more. Injection therapy, meal replacements. I use these protein bars to keep from bad snacking. They are really terrific. Way to Wellness, your journey to happy living. All right, November the 7th, Brown. The third November 7th game I've got for you.
What a day
far.
that must be.
Yeah. Oregon plays at a place called the Horseshoe at Ohio State. Oregon at Ohio State. Again, no point spreads if you're watching this live or listening on the replay at Spotify. This is old school 1977, cut it out of the newspaper, Pigskin Pick'em, no point spreads. Oregon at Ohio State.
It's going to be a weird position for them to be in, as Lance has talked about earlier in the show today. But I think by this point of the season, this is going to be somewhat of a desperate Ohio State team. this is going to be one of those games where they could get knocked out in November of the college football playoff. And playing that game in the shoe, I'm guessing our boys Joel Klatt and Gus Johnson are going to be there. It's going to be an early body clock game for Oregon. Give me Ohio State at home.
Ohio State at home for Brownie LT.
This is so tough because, again, I wish I could see what the record was. Like, if they've got 2 losses by now, I feel great about Ohio State.
They will have played at Texas and at Indiana, so there's a good chance, Lance, they've got 2 losses.
And at SC. They could have 3
and
losses.
at SEC, or at SC, you're
I mean,
right.
and those games are, back-to-back where you've got Indiana, you've got bye week, and then you go to SC before Oregon. I mean, wow.
Yeah, that's a tough stretch.
With all that said, man, Dante Moore, last year what he did in Iowa City on that final drive in bad conditions, like he's prepared for hostile environment now, but I'm going to take Ohio State.
Ohio State for LT. What about you, Forrester? Oregon, Ohio State, part of that big November 7th.
Oregon is my national champ. I'm taking the Ducks.
The Ducks. Quack, quack, quack. I think Oregon's either Oregon or Notre Dame is my national championship pick, too. I forget which one I picked.
I had Oregon, and I've got them losing this game.
But I take Ohio State to win this game. I'll take the Buckeyes here. LT is up next, October 24th. Indiana goes to a place called the Big House to take on Michigan. LT.
Indiana.
Okay. By the way, I've already written mine down, so I'm not. I know the game's coming. I'm not writing off anybody's.
By the way, from a 16-0, I think this year's champion will have at least 2 losses.
I would agree with you.
Yeah, I'm going to take Indiana at Michigan. Again, I think Indiana's going to fall, but I just don't think Michigan's good enough to be the team that beats them.
Okay, you're hitting out of order, but
Sorry
thank
about
you.
that.
Forrester, you're next after LT. 1 ball, 1 stroke penalty on Brownie.
I just haven't seen anything from Bryce Underwood that makes me think he's the guy. So he looks like the guy, but he's not the guy.
I will not save the graphic. I, too, take Indiana.
Clean sweep.
All right. Forrester, you're up first on Ohio State at Indiana. That's October 17th, Ohio State at Indiana.
God, I'm picking Indiana way too much here.
They've won a lot of games.
But I'm going to do it again.
This will be your 3rd time.
Yeah,
Yep.
Hoosiers.
Yeah, not me. I'll take Ohio State in this one. I don't understand how we don't expect.
Different world.
I mean, Ohio State is number 1 in the coaches. I understand that, but it feels like all the conversation in the Big Ten is about Indiana and Oregon. Indiana's still, they may be better. Oregon is the best team ever.
I don't know, man. Every article I read, when they list the big 3, it's Ohio State, Oregon, Indiana. They still don't give Indiana the respect. With all that said, who's up?
Ryan's after me. Yep.
Oh, it's my pick?
Yep.
Yeah, I am going to take Indiana.
Indiana. What about you, LT?
I'm going to take Ohio State.
I'm Ohio State as well. Split that one 2-2. We'll do the back half, including mostly SEC teams, in our next segment and get to some more college football from camps that opened up. I don't know about you guys. I love to reminisce about the Pigskin Pick'em. I love to reminisce about Leonard's Losers back in the day, listening to that, riding around with my dad, putting peanuts in my Coca-Cola and riding down the road on a Saturday morning listening to that, running errands before you go home to watch what back then for me as a kid was one college football game on television.
What did the peanut in the Coca-Cola do?
I never had those.
It added a little salt to it. Should I bring some peanuts tomorrow and we try it out? Just sample it?
I'll eat it.
Why not?
Don't care. Peanuts and a Coca-Cola.
Next week, bring a Zima and some Jolly Ranchers. I guarantee you did that at one point, didn't you?
Are you kidding me?
Yes.
At the
I did that.
Yeah.
Did you really?
Oh, Zima and a Jolly Rancher? Yeah.
I ordered that at Hoppers in downtown Birmingham, Alabama.
I was playing a golf tournament in Auburn, and some of the kids had Zimas and a Jolly Rancher, and I was like, well, I've heard it. I'll try it. And
I mean, with all the seltzers, wouldn't you think Zima can make a comeback? I mean, there's
You
a
would think,
million
yeah.
seltzers out
Yeah.
there.
Just team it
tried
up,
a few
but-
years back. Like, I remember when I was like graduating high school, going into college, they were trying a comeback,
Yeah.
and I don't think it took.
I mean, clearly Canadian has made a comeback. I don't think he's as big as it was when we were kids.
Yeah, I think the problem
that
with
got
the
pushed
Zima
by Good Mythical Morning, the
Oh,
YouTube
okay.
channel.
in the late 80s, early 90s, whenever it was, I think on the early side, a guy could be seen with a Zima. I don't think guys would drink
No,
Zimas now. I
no.
think that's the problem.
But you could. I mean, I think High Noon
made its rush first off, literally with Rush and sororities.
Yeah.
I mean, guys drink High Noon. I'm not saying they don't.
It's a big drink on the golf course.
They've got a transfusion flavor.
High Noon does.
Yeah.
What is Zima? What's the alcohol content? Was it lower than normal? Or
I mean, I would guess it's 5 to 6%. Jeez can probably check it.
Is that
It's a
lower
little
than-
higher. That's about a pale ale, low end IPA.
Yeah, I think back in our state, back in the day, it could not be higher than whatever the
5%, but originally launched at 4.7.
Yeah. So now, because laws have changed, you can go higher than the
Yeah, you guys
under
remember
5.
Free the Hops?
Free the Hops.
Free the Hops, yeah. I remember
Free the
that.
Hops.
It's
Hey,
sad we had that.
the show brought to you by Lance's Lock, where tonight you get NFL football.
Come
you get
on, Lance,
football
make a
back on
play.
Lance's Lock.
Make a
Yes,
play, you
we do
coward.
have a side tonight between Carolina and the Arizona Cardinals. We've also got 3 Major League Baseball plays. We're coming off a 2-1 last night, a winning night in Major League Baseball. Let's keep it rolling. Let's kick off the preseason with a big winner tonight between the Panthers and the Cardinals. Jump on board with us at lanceslog.com, where every single day you're going to get a free play. It is always brought to you by our friends at Hemp Hill Services. Trust the name Birmingham has trusted since 1954 for all of your plumbing, heating, cooling. Any of these issues arise, home or business, they're ready to serve you. Call them, tell them the next round sent you. When you talk to Adam, Chad, Andrew, make sure you let them know that. 205-229-2090 or hemphillservices.com.
Follow Brownie on Twitter and Instagram at Ryan Brown Live.
Facing time for a crime, huh? Got a list of charges looming over your head. 5-0 got your back up against the wall. Them alphabet boys trying to sit you down on that rack. Well, have no fear. The People's Defender is here. Attorney J.B. Brown, powered by Alexander Shannara Trial Attorney. He meticulously investigates every case and challenges evidence. Dedicated to protecting the rights and futures of individuals facing criminal charges. Hit him up now at thepeoplesdefender.com. Thepeoplesdefender.com.
Physical office location, Birmingham.
Sterling and the fine folks at Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster want to welcome you in for a great lunch or dinner starting at 11 a.m. every day. Chicken that's brined overnight and cooked to order, and the taste of the Delta with those Delta recipe tamales. Champy's is perfect for all your tailgating needs this football season. You can also choose Champy's for your next party, wedding, or birthday. Great food, great people. Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster, and everything online at champyschicken.com.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Never miss anything from the next round when you listen on demand through the podcast platform of your choice. Apple, Spotify, iHeart, or Google Podcasts. Wherever you listen, always like, follow, subscribe, and turn on automatic downloads so you catch every part of the next round. Listen anywhere in the world at any time on the Next Round podcast feed, and support the show by following, subscribing, and turning on automatic downloads on any podcast platform. Thanks for always making the next round a big part of your day.
Remember the name Way to Wellness if you're battling weight loss in your life. I'm Jim Dunaway from The Next Round. There was a time I was over 216 pounds until Way to Wellness helped me lose 45 pounds, and now for over 2 years, they've helped me keep that weight off. Here's their website, aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. That's a great name for a website because there's no cookie-cutter plan. Everything is designed specifically for you. No contract, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is free at Way to Wellness.
Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop, rare quality, well-done service. Hey, for all of your IT and printing needs, reach out to our friends at Xerox Business Solutions. Look, I'm still one of those old school guys. I print my notes every single day for the show. If you watch the show here on The Next Round, you see all the notes in front of me. from day one, Xerox Business Solutions. They've been with us here at the Next Round. Local for over 45 years. For all of your IT and printing needs, visit XeroxBusinessSolutions.com or call 205-969-3000. That's 205-969-3000.
The 2026 Yellowwood 500 weekend is returning to the Talladega Superspeedway Friday, October 23rd through Sunday, October 25th. The triple header chase weekend at Talladega features 3 days of high-intensity racing across 3 series, capping off with the Yellowwood 500 on Sunday. Guarantee your spot now by visiting TalladagaSuperspeedway.com or calling 877-GO-TO-DEGA. And enhance your race weekend by adding passes to the Talladega Garage Experience, the most immersive in NASCAR. 877-GO-TO-DEGA or TalladagaSuperspeedway.com.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. The Next Round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
Back to our pick'em in just a second, but a couple of SEC tour notes as camps have opened up everywhere now, and a lot of coaches have been jumping in, so we need some day one comments from some other coaches that we will get to throughout the show. A couple of those right here, brought to you in part by our friends at Inverness Country Club.
ICCalabama.com, ICCalabama.com. Look forward to going out there and playing a little bit later on today at Inverness Country Club. You can make it your club home. If you're looking for a club home in Birmingham, Inverness Country Club is the place to go. You want to set up a tour with our friend Erin. Erin Hilliard is her name. So when you call this number, just get to Erin, 205-991-8608, 205-991-8608. She'll be happy to show you around Inverness. You're going to see a beautiful golf course, that great clubhouse with a could your pen just explode?
Yeah, it just exploded.
A great clubhouse with wonderful food. You're going to see the tennis facility that has been relaunched and is world-class, best in Birmingham. But the people make Inverness Country Club. The best days happen in Inverness, ICCalabama.com or 205-991-8608.
I'm right about this. Cole Best has been on our show, hasn't he?
He has. It was a very good interview. The Auburn Center. Yeah.
I help me if I remember this correctly. Pop up just the still shot right here. Does Cole Best not look like he has sculpted? He looks like his face is thinner, more muscular and everything than he was when he was on the show last time.
Oh,
I don't remember
that well enough.
Yeah. For me, he seemed to be a little rounder face last time, like, off season as opposed to being in season shape. But am I wrong, Forrester? Maybe it's just summer tan. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, maybe
he looks like Kevin Smith to me.
You talking about Kevin Smith from Clerks?
Yes, I am. Wow. In the face.
You know what it is? I think he's got that buzz coat on the side, got that high fade.
Yeah.
Had him on the show one time, Forrester, way back in the day.
Kevin Smith, really?
Yeah. Here is Cole Best, Auburn center, coming from USF, part of the connection there with Byron Brown that'll make transition from USF to Auburn a little smoother. How did day one go down on the Plains? Here's Cole.
It's obviously always great to be out here. Thought we came out with the right intent. I thought it was juicy. I thought it was intentional. He definitely gets to some guys. It's a little bit different than spring ball, but I thought there was, especially on the O-line, more of like a second wind, if you will, kind of came out. It's like, holy cow, man, it's hot. Bullets are kind of flying. It's full speed, but once we kind of got that second wind, everyone kind of, took a deep breath and settled in. I thought, man, like the detail was where it needed to be. I thought guys came out here, were intentional, and man, it's just grateful to be out here and have the opportunity to play this game.
Juicy and intentional.
Yeah.
He's got a little T-Bob in him.
He does have some T-Bob, yes.
With the vernacular.
He even plays the same position. I didn't know what juicy was. I don't know what you think he was talking weather?
No. It gets a little juicy when, like if LT and I were doing a drill, it's day one of practice. We don't have real pads on, but it got a little bit more intense.
Yeah, a little juicy.
Than we wanted to get. It got a little juicy.
That's what you want right there. You want to get a little juicy.
I do like that kid a lot.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, great communicator and really good center. We'll see how he and his quarterback transition. Meanwhile, the whole country watching Baton Rouge, Louisiana as LSU takes the field. Day one of their practice, Lane Kiffin on day one of the much-anticipated year one down at LSU for him.
Guys were out there, really good spirits, really good energy. We have a long ways to go of understanding how to push through really intense periods and situations, which I'm sure everybody would probably say the first day they feel that way in different programs. But we have a lot of really good pieces. We got a chance to be really good. but everybody wants to know how many wins is that, how many of those things. That's all outcome, and there's so many variables in that. We've got a lot of work to do with these pieces, get them to play together well, get them to play as a team together. And then you've heard me talk before, there's always outside circumstances and things that happen in games and injuries that have a lot to do with, your season's win-loss total. So we got to control what we can control, which is working really hard and getting the players used to playing together.
Well, I don't remember ever, when you're talking about the whole season, factoring in injuries and all that. It was almost, okay, here's our expectations. We're launching week 1. Here's the escape hatch right here in case, I don't know what it is. It's outcome driven, and I agree with that. That's right out of the Saban playbook. Then it gets to a lot of things can happen, this and the injuries. That's the old pull this if things start going bad on the season.
I think this is the first time in a long time Lane Kiffin's had pressure as a head coach.
Yeah.
And, look, did great things in Oxford, but I don't think there was nearly, not even close to the pressure that he is going to face now. So it's going to be really interesting. He's one of the great play callers, really in the history of college football.
I don't disagree with you, but I do think there were a lot of pressure at USC when he was there.
I said in a long time.
Oh, in a long time.
Yeah, because you went from SC, disappear, you come back, you work for Saban, you become the OC, then you go to Florida Atlantic.
No pressure.
Yeah, no pressure at Florida Atlantic. You get the Ole Miss job.
No pressure.
Yeah, and now, so he did have pressure at SC, no doubt, but it's been over a decade plus.
I'll say this, Brandon, see if you agree in LT2. This is the first time he's had pressure without his hands being tied. I mean, there's pressure to win at Tennessee. He was only there 1 year, and there was no expectation for that team. But at USC, those sanctions coming off of the dynasty years were a lot more crippling than I think people ever took into account. And Kiffin's record there, he was 7-6.
He won 10 games one time.
He won 10 games and then was off to a bad
start.
start.
I'll tell you this. So the final year, his scholarship number, he had 55 guys on scholarship.
I remember it was under 65. I didn't know it was in
55, and everybody else has got 85 guys.
85 guys and some preferred walk-ons. So he was a knife and a gunfight at USC. So that got portrayed as he did a horrible job. They set him up to be really, really bad.
Well, I've always said that year at Tennessee is better than I think people remember it because it's a 7-5 record. But boy, they were in a lot of tight games. Almost beat national champion Alabama in Tuscaloosa, as Alabama fans very well remember. He was a better coach at Tennessee than people remember. I'm trying to remember who he played his first game against, and I remember weird things.
Western Kentucky?
No, it was a name opponent, Lance.
Against Tennessee when he was at Tennessee?
Yeah.
No, I think it was Western Kentucky. Because I remember he brought the running back in, made sure he scored a touchdown. It's like he guaranteed him he would.
Yeah, I'm going to look it up. Oh, jeez, I hate it when that happens. But anyway, they had a play down on the goal line. It was a weird 4th down call.
I can find it.
And
really
I remember
quickly.
people killing him for that 4th down call. Otherwise, they were right in the game. But anyway, I'm just saying he was better that year at Tennessee than people
Western
remember.
Kentucky.
Who was week 2?
UCLA.
That was the game then. It was week 2. I thought that was their opener. So it was week 2. They're UCLA in Knoxville, and it's a 1-possession game, right?
Yeah, they lost 19-15.
19-15. They go for it, 4th and goal on the 1, which you had to. You're down 4. Go for it, 4th and goal on the 1. And I think it was just a base running play, like almost a dive play, and everybody killed him for that. Like, where's the imagination?
What an uneven year. Never won more than 2 games in a row.
Yeah, but I mean, look at the outcomes that year when he was his 1 year at Tennessee. I mean, who blew him out?
Yeah, but you're saying they could have won, probably should have beaten UCLA.
Yeah, could have beaten Alabama.
Should have beaten Alabama.
Yeah. I mean, they lose to UCLA. The next week, they go to number 1 Florida, and we remember how good those Florida teams were. They lose 23-13.
Yeah, they're right in that game that's number 1. Yep. Urban Meyer, Tim Tebow, Florida in the swamp.
I remember the hatred in that game because Lane Kiffin had talked in the offseason about Urban Meyer something, and Urban Meyer and Lane Kiffin were on the wrong side of each other.
Lackluster win the next week against Ohio. They win by double digits, 34-23. Then they go to Auburn. I don't remember this 7:45 kick in Neyland. No, excuse me. Auburn comes to Neyland.
Yep.
Do you guys remember that game? I don't.
I'm trying to remember the final score. 2009.
On paper, it looked like a great game.
What was the final?
26-22 Auburn. They won on the road.
Yeah.
So at that point, he's 2-3 with wins over Western Kentucky and Ohio.
That would have been a Gene Chizik.
Yep.
year before the national championship.
year
so
one,
like
Gene Chizik.
So like an 8-5 Gene
Yeah.
Chizik team.
Auburn ran for 224 yards in that game. Ben Tate with 128 of them.
Wow.
Okay.
The next week, boy, they were playing a lot. Neyland early. Georgia comes to Neyland. They blow Georgia out.
There
I
you
don't
go.
remember that Georgia team being.
Mark Richt, not great.
That was Stafford, I think.
Yeah, underrated quarterback.
45-19, they beat Georgia. Then the next week, they go to Alabama. They lose 10-12.
Yep.
Should have won.
Then they've got South Carolina, who was ranked 21st. They win 31-13.
Big win.
Then they get Memphis. Boy, it's been a long time since Memphis, Tennessee played in the regular season, right?
Yeah, it has. It used to be a staple.
They run Memphis off the field 56-28. Then they go.
It used to be a state game until they gave Memphis to Arkansas.
Then they go. Was Houston not the coach at Ole Miss? They go to Von Hemingway.
Yep.
They lose 42-17.
Yep. There was your one loss. I knew there was a blowout in there somewhere.
Was it Deuce McAllister?
Probably.
Yeah, I remember whoever the running back was ran wild on Tennessee that day.
Yeah.
Then Vanderbilt, they beat them 31-16. They go to Kentucky. Overtime game. They beat the Wildcats 30-24. And then in the Chick-fil-A Bowl, they lose 37-14 to Virginia Tech.
That's my point. Better season than most remember. I mean, you're at number 1 Florida, lose by 10. You're at eventual national champion Alabama, lose on a blocked field goal. I mean, he did a better job in that Tennessee job than he gets credit for.
He beat one ranked team all year.
I get it, but it was also his first season.
Yeah. So they were 7-5, lost the bowl game 7-6. Did he even coach in that game?
I don't think so. I think he
don't
was
think so
at
either.
Tennessee in the middle of the night before that bowl game.
Coach. All right, so that's a couple of camp notes there. We'll get some more from day one around the SEC coming up in a moment. The show being brought to you by Storm Restoration Roofing. Before we jump back to our Pigskin Pick'em to finish that up, Greg from Hill City remembers Pigskin Pick'em and newspapers back in the day. It was back when he and Andrea were married, and they'd lay around in the bed on Sunday, and Greg would be making his Pigskin Pick'em for next week's college football. And then somewhere in the offseason, they started to have 10 kids and making their roots really deep here in the state of Alabama. And that's how he decided to buy and run and operate Storm Restoration Roofing to keep a roof over his head. And he wants to do the same for you. He wants to keep a roof over your family's head, whether you've got 10 kids like him, whether you are just starting out with no kids. He knows that it can cost a lot of money in the world today, and he wants to give you a free, no-cost roof inspection. Free, no-cost roof inspection. All you have to do is text him. Just text him, 205-542-3531. Says, hey, put me in line for a free, no-cost roof inspection. 205-542-3531. You don't have to talk to anyone. He'll text you back or he'll call you and set something up for you. You can go to the website, stormrestorationroofing.com, A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau. Storm damage repairs, he does it. Roof replacement, he does it. But the first thing, just find out what's going on your roof. See if you got a loose shingle that's causing some problems up there. 205-542-3531, stormrestorationroofing.com.
All right, two things real quick. Kiffin did coach in that bowl game against Virginia Tech. And back to the Georgia game where they blow out Georgia, Joe Cox. It was that Joe Cox year, and it says here that Georgia dropped to 3-3 after that loss for the first time ever under Mark Richt. So I do remember that being the really, really bad year with Joe Cox.
Yeah, Joe Cox. It ended up Joe Cox still coaching, but was not a terrific Georgia quarterback and a pretty good run of quarterbacks there.
I agree. Tyler, can you give me the spotlight? And we'll use the spotlight today to get back to our Pigskin Pick'em Hit 'em Man.
After that loss for the first time ever under
That's on me.
But I like what Lance was saying there, though.
The College Football Spotlight.
That is presented by our guy, Alexander Shinara, trial attorney, Shinara.com, Shinara.com. When you're in need of legal assistance, you go to Alexander Shinara. They win big for their clients. Boy, do they. More than $2 billion recovered for their clients right here in Birmingham, Alabama is where he's doing all that. That is his hometown where he wanted to build his firm, and now he's done it with more than 150 attorneys under one roof, more than 500 dedicated team members. That's what you get with Alexander Shinara Trial Attorneys. Shinara.com, Shinara.com. You don't pay a dime unless they win your case with Alexander Shinara Trial Attorneys.
You didn't give me a full Shinara, one of those. You gave me a Shinara.
Shinara.
It was almost like you were singing in A Star is Born. In the shallow. Shana. Okay, 6 more games. October 10th. Who was the last to pick first?
Couldn't tell you.
Yeah, me either. I'll go first on this one. October 10th, USC is at Penn State. Penn State, sneaky wild card team, but give me USC in that one. No point spread. We're picking them straight up. You'll have a chance to do this next week on our platform. Forrester. Nope, my bad. Ryan.
Give me
USC,
Penn State. This is going to be a big noon kick. USC coming cross country in that really difficult schedule of theirs. At Penn State, biggest game Penn State's got all year, just about based on their schedule. 9 a.m. body clock kick for USC. Sluggish early. Penn State wins.
Yeah, that does scare me. Is it Forrester or me?
It is LT.
It does scare me going west to east, playing that early game. It is their most difficult game, so I do think that they are going to absorb a couple of losses. We'll get into Penn State's schedule in a little bit. This is the best team they're playing, and they're playing them at home. I'm going to take USC. This is one of those games Lincoln Riley has to win.
Has USC ever played at Penn State, do you know? I would guess no.
I would guess yes, somewhere along the way. It seems like in 1980-something, Keith Jackson was there.
Paterno didn't like to schedule those games. I would think that this is USC's first trip ever to Penn State.
I think it has to be. I can never remember seeing that game.
This is where y'all click on.
I mean, last time I'm about to look.
The robot says no. Yeah. They have never played a game at Penn State.
Yeah. Hey, the last few games that they've played against each other, I don't know if you remember the Tyler Warren game where the time of possession was so bad from Lincoln Riley 2 years ago, where James Franklin goes in and steals that game in the Coliseum. It was a great game back and forth. And then the 2017 Rose Bowl from the 2016 season with Saquon and Trace McSorley going against Sam Darnold and that great USC team. Those the last two matchups have been great.
Maybe it'll be on October 10th as well. Forrester's the last one to pick. Forrester, USC at Penn State, no point spread involved.
I know nothing about what Penn State has other than their quarterback.
It's Iowa State in different uniforms.
Stay tuned. Stay tuned. We're coming up on that.
So give me USC.
USC.
Hey, by the way, boy, I hate to do this. Robot, I think's wrong. SC played 2 games, it says here, in state. They had a weird home and home where they played 2 games in L.A. in 90 and 91, and then 2 games in State College in 93 and 94, according to Winsipedia, which is very good at this.
Yeah. 90-91 is what I was remembering as
that was in the Coliseum,
with Keith Jackson and company.
And then they did 2 in State College. I don't remember those games. But anyway, there you go. So 3rd time they've gone to State College.
All right. So that's that game. 5 SEC games left, and the wild card picks to finish this up. Texas at Texas A&M, November 27th. We'll go Ryan first here. Texas at Texas A&M. No point spread. Just pick the winner.
Texas has dominated this game since it has been the 2-year revival of this game, and in both situations,
they only win the series since the revival by 2. They're only up
2-0. That's domination.
Yeah.
And in both cases, it has been a bigger game for A&M with the stakes on the line that has been Texas. And I think it's going to be the opposite this year. I think Texas is going to have everything on the line. I still think Texas wins the national championship, but I think A&M upends them in College Station.
LT.
It's so interesting. Again, I'd love to see if Texas has 2 losses. I kind of like Texas. Sooner or later, Elko's got to win this game.
Got to.
Because it's in College Station. I am going to take A&M as well.
All right, A&M for LT. That gets us to Forrester. Texas at Texas A&M on November 27th. No point spread, straight up.
Longhorns go on the road and get a win in College Station.
Wow.
Welcome.
There's a chance Forrester's going to run away with this thing because I'm an A&M pick here. I've already written mine down. That's the 3rd or 4th time he has saved the graphic. It's been LT's philosophy. It's been
but 10-5 will for sure. If anybody goes 10-5 in this, they're going to win it. I mean, these are really, really difficult games.
That's why I said 10-5 to start with. Yeah. But y'all didn't know what the games.
No, but I mean, I think all these games are going to be within 4.5, 5 points down to most are going to be 1, 2, 3 on the spreads.
November 14th. I'll type this up by the way and give it to Brooks, but also will give it to you guys so you can keep up with it. And I'll try to remind you on Mondays after the games that by the way, that was a Pigskin Pick'em game.
You got it wrong.
Yeah, and this is who won that one. November 14th, Texas is at LSU. LT, you get to pick first on this one. November 14th, Texas at LSU.
I will take the Texas Longhorns here.
Texas is where LT goes. Forrester, where are you going in that one? November 14th. Sam Levitt could be having a heck of a year. He could be in a cast, according to Lane Kiffin's opening statements yesterday.
I'm gonna go LSU.
LSU for Forrester. I've got Texas already written down here. I Longhorns are a really good football team. At some point for his legacy, Arch Manning has to win meaningful road games.
He does, and I'm going to be consistent here with Texas. I think Texas is going to win the national championship. I think LSU is going to compete for the playoffs, but maybe a step backwards. It's going to be one of their losses, Texas at LSU. I also have them losing to Alabama at home, so kind of a needle I got to thread here.
Yeah, it'd be back-to-back weekends, by the way, Brownie.
That's a tough stretch for them. There's no doubt. Yeah.
November 7th, Georgia plays at Ole Miss. Forrester, you lead us off here. Georgia at Ole Miss.
I got the Dogs.
The Dogs. I got the Dogs as well. Just by my picks, I'm thinking Ole Miss is the slip-back team this year. Where do you go, Ryan, in this one? Georgia at Ole Miss late in the year.
Give me the Dogs, Lance. You got to go Rebels.
I'm taking Ole Miss.
Are you?
Yeah.
Would you have otherwise?
Nope.
I mean, I'm playing against. I'm playing against a guy who's writing with the guts of a pen. Like his pen exploded.
It exploded. It hit you like a projectile. Got him right in the arm.
Right during one of my live reads, part of it hit me. So Lance has just got the inner part of the pen, and he's writing with it.
Yeah, I will change out the pen here in break. I would have played Georgia because this is that revenge game. Great playoff game last year. I think Kirby's going to really, really want this one against Pete Goldie.
October 10th, Georgia plays at Alabama. It's my turn to go first. Get the lights ready, Forrester. I take Georgia to win that game. That's one of Alabama's losses. I'll take Georgia over Alabama. Ryan.
These are the games that Kalen DeBoer performs well in, and Georgia has struggled against Alabama. They've only got a couple of wins in the Kirby Smart era against Alabama. Granted, those have been big wins, both for championships of different nature, but they struggle in these games, and they have struggled in Tuscaloosa. Give me Alabama.
I mean, I think best case Bama is 10-2. I do think they're going to split those 4 games, but I think one of the losses is going to be Georgia. Finally, Kirby kind of got over that hump in the SEC championship game last year. I think it carries over to this year. I will take Georgia as well.
What about you, Forrester?
He hates both these teams.
Yeah, really. There's no winner here. No winner for Scott.
You pull for the old school tie, right?
Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that.
I saw a poll on Dog Nation of Georgia, the teams Georgia fans hate the most. Alabama was like 5th. It was Florida, Auburn, and some other teams.
That's really stupid. I mean, because how many championships has Alabama cost Georgia?
Yeah, a lot.
I mean, the Auburn game, when was the last relevant, 2016, 17?
17, last relevant Auburn-Georgia game? Yeah, 2017 was the last one that was even.
Rivalries are forever.
Yeah.
They go deeper than that.
I was surprised to see that Auburn was still that high on the Georgia hate list.
Because we're irrelevant, right?
You say rivalries go forever. When's the last time you watched Miami, Florida State? Or Florida State, Florida even?
Yeah. Florida State, Florida has been lost for years. I think Georgia Tech was actually 3rd, and South Carolina was 4th, and Alabama was 5th.
Listen, I don't live over there, but there is zero chance that Georgia fans care more about Georgia Tech than Alabama.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, I don't buy that either.
That being said, Forrester, do you take Alabama in this game against Georgia?
I am actually going to take Alabama against Georgia, getting it done at home.
Okay, because I picked Georgia against Alabama, you're going to flip the script and go.
Chat's bringing it up too. You're trying a tactical landmine.
Has he picked against Alabama every time? I have not kept up.
I picked Alabama at LSU. That's the only other Alabama game that's been on here.
Okay, there's only one.
Yeah, so not a tactical.
Tactical.
Yeah, one more. Texas A&M, and then our tiebreakers. Texas A&M at LSU is September the 26th. A&M in Baton Rouge, Brownie.
LSU.
If you think LSU is competing for a playoff, at some point you got to pick them to win one of these.
Well, I know, and I've got to, but listen to how many big LSU games we've got. We've had them playing Ole Miss. We've had them hosting Alabama, hosting Texas, hosting A&M. It is a brutal schedule, but I think LSU gets this win.
LT. That is somebody giving LT a massage.
No, I do think that LSU is going to be 3-0, so I'll give them the first loss. I'll take A&M here.
A&M.
Yep.
All right, Forrester. You got 2 A&Ms, 1 LSU.
I'm going LSU. I don't feel great about it, though.
Okay, 3 tiebreakers. If there is a tie, the first tiebreaker, total points scored in the Ohio State-Michigan game. Total points scored in the Ohio State-Michigan game, and Forrester, you get to go first on that. Total points, Ohio State-Michigan.
Oh, I think Ohio State's going to score almost all of them.
Okay, I need a number, not
I know.
Not
I'm going to say I'm gonna say 52.
52. I went 37. LT.
I went 36.
I went 42.
42. All right. If there's still a tie between, and this counts in the with our group that'll be playing online too. If there's still a tie after that one, the second tiebreaker is total points in the Alabama-Auburn game. Total points in the Alabama-Auburn game. And Jim is first on this one. So in that one, I'm going to put 43 as my answer. 43. Brown.
I went 45 in the Iron Bowl.
LT.
I will go. I'm going to play strategy here. I was going to go a lot higher, but I'll go 46.
Oh,
46. Forrester.
41.
He's the guy in Price is Right.
Forrester should have put 47.
He's the guy in Price is Right that pins you right between.
Yeah, you left the door open for LT there. If there's still a tie, number of turnovers in the Auburn-Georgia game.
Good Lord.
Turnovers in the Auburn-Georgia game. Good Lord, Brown, you get to go first.
I'll go 3.
3. LT, number of turnovers in the Auburn-Georgia game.
I will go 2.
2. Forrester, turnovers in the Auburn-Georgia game.
1.
1. I will take... I will take 3 just in case.
Well, that's the same I've got.
Oh, it doesn't have to be different.
Okay.
Just in case you and I are the only ones left tied there.
Now we're still
that
tied.
Gets us to
Then
the
y'all
last
have to do
one.
an old school
we'll have
duel.
to
I mean,
do it.
what are we doing at that point?
The last one
Rock, paper,
is
scissors? Well, I thought there was only 3 tiebreakers.
The last one is number of field goals in the Alabama-Auburn game.
Good gosh.
LT, number of field goals in the Alabama-Auburn game.
I will say there are 4 field goals in the Iron Bowl this year.
Forrester.
You're really reaching here.
Yeah.
God. 2.
2. Number of field goals in the Iron Bowl for me will be 1.
I got 5.
5.
So now we've got
It'll be 3.
5.
It'll be nobody's got 3. So who wins that?
I know.
Yeah,
Well,
closest without going over, by the
yeah.
way, is one of the rules.
5's not crazy.
Yeah. And if there's still a tie, number of divorces in Fanville this year. I'm kidding.
That would be an interesting
Are they bringing
storyline.
Fanville back?
Oh, 100%.
yeah. In
They
fact,
bought the water tower, remember?
Yeah, Norman's city council passed that, so they're about to make the Fanville fan zone, if you will, there in Norman. All right, there you go. That's our old school Pigskin Pick'em. I don't know how you guys were on Sunday mornings, or Mondays when you got it in the Post Herald or whatever, or Tuesdays.
I never mailed one in though. Did you?
Oh, all the time.
Yeah, I
all
never
the time.
did.
My dad would be nice enough to do his, and then we would do mine, and we both send them in.
Yeah, I liked it when all the sports writers in the Anniston Star would pick all the games and they would show their picks each weekend and then show their record, what it was all year.
Yep.
I like that part of it too.
And they're normally really good records because, again, it's just
straight up.
Yeah, in the chat room, see if any of you remember, it feels like the Birmingham News or Post Herald, but I think it was the News did that. And it seems to me there was a writer, I think his name was Jimmy Bryan.
Yeah, Jimmy Bryan.
And he seemed to be always better at that than anyone else in picking the winners.
I don't think there's a spread in any of these games that would be over 6.
Oh, good.
So I picked some good games.
Yeah, I mean, but impossible to, you might as well have the spread attached to it.
Yeah.
That difficult.
Might as well throw it at a dartburd, is what you're saying.
Brooks is in the chat. He goes, Dunaway's got more tiebreakers than the ACC has.
I was trying to get. Thanks for listening on the road today, Brooks, who's traveling today. I didn't want to make an ACC mistake.
Yes.
All right, and we'll next week, Brooks will hook you up on the social platform to see how you can participate as well. A little fun to get us to the college football season. We talk a little NFL and do our 4 downs when we come back on the other side. The show today being brought to you by our friends with Talladega Super Speedway. A lot of tradition there since the 60s of great racing on the world's fastest speedway. You can get your tickets now at TalladagaSuperspeedway.com. TalladagaSuperspeedway.com. 877-GO-TO-DEGA, 877-GO-TO-DEGA. Don't forget to enhance your ticket with the garage experience. You get the Garage Bay viewing areas where if you're a NASCAR fan, if you ever just want to be close to the cars, you can almost reach out and touch the hood of the car. That's how close you are
to the teams working on the cars in the garage bay viewing areas. You get pre-race ceremonies with that and a lot more. Get your tickets. October 25th is the big race weekend with racing happening every day. October 23rd, 24th, and Sunday the 25th for the Yellowwood 500 at Talladega. Get your tickets, TalladagaSuperspeedway.com.
Follow Dunaway on Twitter and Instagram at Jim Dunaway.
You know, sometimes injury attorneys get a bad rep, being called ambulance chasers, showing up to the accident scene before the EMTs get there. At Alexander Sonora Trial Attorneys, this ain't that. We get enough cardio, no need to chase ambulances. Look, if you're injured in any type of accident, don't accept a dime from the insurance company. Hit up the Gators of the litigation situation. Alexander Sonora Trial Attorneys. Call 659-777-7777 or AlexWins.law.
Call me, Alabama. Physical office location, Birmingham. Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round to tell you about one of our favorite places for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That is Hamburger Heaven since 1982. Hamburger Heaven has been serving Birmingham's best hamburgers, cheeseburgers, French fries, hand-spun milkshakes, and sandwiches made fresh to order. All of their ingredients are fresh and prepared daily. This includes their beef, always fresh, never frozen, hand-pattied each and every day. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, visit any of the 4 locations, Highway 280, Irondale, Gardendale, and Homewood.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Next Round shirts, Next Round hoodies, and Next Round hats all in one place, nextround.store. Find your favorite piece of gear from your favorite show and put it in your rotation. You never know, you might be in one of our videos showing Next Round gear being worn all over the world. Find all of your favorite Next Round gear by visiting nextround.store. Place an order for you and that big Next Round fan in your life at nextround.store. Look your best at work, at school, at the stadium, or anywhere you go wearing Next Round gear from nextround.store. Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop, rare quality, well-done service. Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
The 2026 Yellowwood 500 weekend is returning to the Talladega Superspeedway Friday, October 23rd through Sunday, October 25th. The tripleheader chase weekend at Talladega features 3 days of high-intensity racing across 3 series, capping off with the Yellowwood 500 on Sunday. Guarantee your spot now by visiting TalladagaSuperspeedway.com or calling 877-GO-TO-DEGA. And enhance your race weekend by adding passes to the Talladega Garage Experience, the most immersive in NASCAR. 877-GO-TO-DEGA or TalladagaSuperspeedway.com.
I don't know what the record is up here when new employees start talking crap to me, because that is sort of a
rite of passage.
It's a way. I don't know how to describe the work environment up here, but it's sort of the way new employees endear themselves really to Lance and Ryan and others. But Luke, I don't know if he set the record, but 3.5. I guess he's halfway through day 4 of his employment up here.
Yeah.
He walked in to get a nice Coca-Cola product and said, those are some tiebreakers there, huh?
Did he?
Yeah, just like that, huh? Those are some tiebreakers there, huh?
He referred to you as the walking pinata when I was out there.
Yeah, I was like, way to go, smart ass. To quote Kalen DeBoer, way to go, smart ass.
That's a good
To
line.
be fair, in the first week of my internship here, I called you sir, and then you said, no, don't call me sir. Call me dickhead.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Did he really say that?
He
I
did.
think I remember that.
He did. And I've operated by that rule since.
Yeah, I think you had said that in the earlier episode on air, LT, so I figured he should go ahead and not call me sir at some point. We've got our 40 and 40 coming up in a second. One more camp note, though, brought to you by the wonderful folks at New York Butcher Shop.
By the way, is that one of those things, like if somebody doesn't say sir, you're like, man, that guy's got no manners. But when they say sir, it's such an insult. You're like,
I don't really want it.
It doesn't bother me because I'm like 28 in mental years, and I've never gotten older. And in fact, I was recording something for Vestavia Football the other day, and I knew it was coming because somebody's kid was there, and she has a great personality, and she didn't answer me with a yes, sir, and her parents were standing right there. I asked her a question, she sort of said yeah or something like that, and then gave the answer. And I was almost cringing internally inside because I could sense, because I'm so old, that the parents were going to say, yes, sir. You got to say yes, sir. Don't say
Respect your elders.
yeah, I stopped by Odie's because I had dinner over there last night just for one beer with Luke and his buddies, and a couple of his buddies were saying sir, and I was like, I think I retired Odie's trivia at the right time.
That's right.
Yeah.
People are saying
These
sir.
kids are saying
That's
sir.
right.
Anyway, New York Butcher Shop, great place to get the weekend kicked off the right way. Look, you're going to sit back, you're going to watch Panthers Cardinals tonight. Everybody has just been ready, salivating for real football. You get it tonight, and you can sit back with a great steak, some of those ribs, fantastic chicken. The in-house sides made fresh every day. Fantastic selection of fine wines and desserts as well. Get in and see our friend Jim, the great staff of butchers. 2 locations, the original in Cabo Heights, Highway 119 in Greystone. Rare quality, well-done service. It is the New York Butcher Shop.
They're picking the Bengals on TV2 over here, the Bengals season right there, and Stephen A. changed the loss up there against the Texans in week 2 to a win. The Texans not getting enough respect already.
You have them in the AFC Championship game.
Well, he's got the Texans winning over the Bengals.
He went right there. I'm sorry, it's the other guy. That's Stephen A. does.
Okay, Chris Canty.
Yeah, Chris Canty is the one that switched it back as they're doing that. So you're right. Stephen A. has the Texans winning. I have the Texans in the Super Bowl, Brownie, not just the AFC Championship.
By the way, on that panel, one of the most clueless employees ever.
Yes, I don't think
they've had her on radio too.
Has she been a Fitzy host yet?
No, not yet. Not yet. He'd love that, though.
All right. You told us about New York Butcher Shop. Let's get to our 40 and 40 today, brought to you by our friends at Hoover Toyota. They're driving us all the way to number 1 in the fan vote that we do every year in the offseason.
Look, if you want reliability, you want safety, you want something that's going to hold it to value, that is the definition of Toyota. If you're in the market right now, new or pre-owned, our friends at Hoover Toyota, they can help you out. Conveniently located Highway 150. Stop in, see Scott, Harold, Kim. Make sure you tell them the next round sent you. For more information on that great inventory, hoovertoyota.com.
I personally think we have this team rated too high, but I understand what all of you are doing. One, because of the brand, the other because of the coach, but he's got a lot of players that he's bringing with him from his previous job. At number 17, here's that cool logo, the Penn State Nittany Lions, ahead of SMU, ahead of Washington, and ahead of Clemson this week. Penn State 17 in our ranking. Why was this the job for Matt Campbell to leave Iowa State? Here's what he said at Big Ten Media Days.
I really loved my time in Ames, Iowa, and I'm really proud of what we were able to accomplish at Iowa State in our 10 years. Great players, great people, great community. And if we were ever going to leave Iowa State, it was going to have to be a school and an institution that really fit how I believe and what I believe in how you build culture, how you build team, and how you build forward. And I think for the last 6 months, we've been reminded why it was such a great fit for us at Penn State. I think the history, what it means to play there, but how you do it. The integrity, the character in the class in its finest moments, what Penn State football has stood for, really resonated with myself and certainly my background. So it really had to be a perfect fit, and that's really why.
You guys, though, believe in that man as a good coach, that he can go there and take those good players from Iowa State, mix with the good players that are there from Penn State, and make a good team.
Yeah, real quick, though, up until this point, I think he's got the deepest tan we have seen. I don't know if it's lighting or not. But most of these guys are going to like the islands. He went to the equator and just posted up. I mean, that's about as dark of a tan as you can have.
I assume that it's just the LED backgrounds and the lighting is hard to get, because we had the same thing at SEC Media Days where it looked like they had more lights on them at SEC Media Days, more realistic.
But back to Matt Campbell, year one in Happy Valley. This is a guy that was 107-70 overall if you go back to Toledo and Iowa State. He averaged 7 wins a year at Iowa State. He played for 2 Big 12 championships in Ames, which is crazy. He's brought 24 players from Ames in the portal with him, including Carson Hansen, one of the better running backs in the Big 12 last year. Obviously, Rocco Beck. I think this team, just based on schedule, when you miss the top 3 in Ohio State, Oregon, Indiana, I'll do it like I said that I've been reading it, and the best team you play is arguably the 4th best team in the Big Ten at home. This schedule is just ready-made for him to be able to roll in and have a 10-2. I will be really surprised if they're worse than 10-2 this year.
You said you think we have them too high at 17, Dunaway.
I had them though as underrated.
Yes, me too, because 17, I think that's a 9-3 team. You can find 3 losses on that schedule, but find me the 4th one. So if they just lose to the 3 best teams they play, it's the home game against USC, Saturday, October 10th. The next Saturday in Ann Arbor at Michigan, and then Sunday, November 7th at Washington. That's the 3 best teams they play. Find me the 4th loss.
You can't. And I think
it's hard to do.
I think they're going to get one of those games. That's why I think they're going to be 10-2.
Me too.
I think they're going to be a borderline college. I think at the end of the year, it's going to be a major argument for this committee, because they're going to be like, they beat one ranked team, and maybe at the end of the year, it's not even ranked if it's Michigan.
But they're a name brand 10-2
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
so I don't know what you do with them. Do you guys think they get in with that schedule at 10-2?
Well, you're right. If you're 9-3 SEC, with what most of the SEC people have done,
got to take them over 10-2 Penn State.
Like if you're 9-3 Texas, who played Ohio State.
That's right. One of their losses is Ohio State. Yeah.
Listen, Penn State should win these games. Wisconsin's going to be a little better.
They are. You get it at home, though.
And the first ever game at Ryan Field
at Northwestern,
it will be a madhouse of an atmosphere. And if James Franklin was still the coach, would you be worried about Wisconsin or at Northwestern?
No, not really. I mean,
no, those are not the games he lost normally.
You guys agree last year was a complete bottom fell out.
Yeah.
Obviously, Franklin gets fired in season. They were 7-6. But think about the losses. Okay, so they lose in double overtime to Oregon, and that's when the bottom fell out.
That's right.
Then they lose to Northwestern by 1. They lose to Iowa by 1. They lose to Indiana by 3. That was 4 of their 5 losses.
Remember, the Indiana was the pass in the back of the end zone.
It took a drive of a lifetime.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying they were just as close to being 11-1 as losing 6 games last year.
Yeah.
I mean,
they had Indiana beat more than anybody had Indiana beat.
That's right. They had Oregon beat. You remember that sideline shot, and it was a 4th down for Oregon on the goal. It was like in the first overtime, and it was showing like Franklin had his assistants' arms, and they were about to storm the field. It was about to be a massive win. They were going to 6-0, and Oregon gets in. And then it goes to double overtime, and they end up losing that game. And that was the moment, like all of the emotion, everything just went, the program completely fell apart last year after that loss.
I just think Penn State will be a fascinating study at 10-2, because I think, to Lance's point, they could be 10-2 with no top 25 wins, but a really good national brand in the Big Ten. And I think they'll probably get in the playoffs at 10-2, and you'll realize this is not that good a team. They're not a 10-2
blitzed
team.
by somebody.
Somebody probably on their home field, even at 10-2.
Yeah. 9-3 SEC team, maybe even a 9. I mean, you could have 10-2 Penn State, 9-3 Ohio State, with Ohio State.
And they've not faced each other.
They haven't faced each other. Ohio State lost at Texas, and then they have the same conference record. 10-2 Penn State, 9-3 Ohio State. Who do you put in?
Ohio State.
Ohio
And
State.
it would be a major, like Matt Campbell would lose his mind.
He would, but
you look at schedules. I
Yeah.
mean, they're not all created equal. Another factor we're not talking about, and look, as a guy that pulls for USC on the weekends, I'm excited. I love DeAnton Lynn. I thought the defense has improved in his 2 years in Los Angeles. I'm excited about Gary Patterson, but DeAnton Lynn going back to his alma mater to coach for Matt Campbell, that is a really good defense coordinator.
The irony of this whole deal, though, is
God, I just forgot until right then. That's where Dan
Lynn went.
Yeah, he's great defensive coordinator.
The irony of this whole schedule we're talking about with Penn State is this would have been the schedule James Franklin would have thrived in. This would have been finally James Franklin's moment.
He would have.
I mean, he would have thrived in this schedule because you wouldn't have had to play top 10 teams.
And the interesting thing, I think Matt Campbell's the better coach. But would you guys give me if Franklin was back, they probably would be in the top 10 based on the schedule.
Yes.
I think because it's a first-year coaching situation.
And the talent that left and went to Virginia Tech.
Yeah.
But, man, you've got a lot of third- and fourth-year guys coming in. You got a fourth-year, fifth-year tight end that is coming back. This dude, Ben Brummer, 6'7", 250 pounds. And he is going to be a focal point of this offense. But you have so many 21 and 22-year-olds that are coming from Ames, 24 of those guys again. I just think it's going to be a really, really disciplined. I think it's going to have the look of Kirk Cignetti's first Indiana team. I really do.
I could see that. And really sort of the same schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Ironically, that Indiana team schedule was tougher because it had Ohio State on it.
Yeah.
How do you put a Big Ten schedule together with a brand like Penn State and not have Ohio State, Indiana, and Oregon on it? How does that even happen?
Well, I'm guessing they were laying out these conference schedules before Indiana was any good.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how far in advance they've done these conference schedules, but I'm guessing. I mean, 3 years ago, would you have said, we've got to have Penn State playing Indiana? Penn State would have been like, please let me play Indiana.
Yeah, I mean, I guess
I
because you had the Pac-12 teams come in Washington, Oregon, and USC, I think it's just been done over the last couple of years. Everybody dogs out Cignetti. And you were crushing him the other day for the out-of-conference.
This is just as bad. No, this is just as bad, if not worse.
I was only saying it because we were talking Indiana specifically because they dropped the game. Most Big Ten schedules, other than Ohio State, there's a few. Ohio State does it. Michigan does it. USC usually has Notre Dame, or they play a marquee game. A lot of these Big Ten teams play crap.
Yeah, I would say that 80% of the Big Ten have this kind of out-of-conference schedule. And again, if I was a Big Ten coach, this is exactly the way I would schedule out-of-conference. But I think it will be interesting the next time we have Clyde on the show to point out, do you agree with these schedules?
I mean, they're playing, for those that can't see it, Marshall at home to open, at Temple, which will be a Penn State home game, by the way, in Philadelphia. And then
Will they play it at the Link?
It'll be a home crowd. Yes, it's at Lincoln Financial. I'm not saying it's a Penn State home game, actually, but it'll be a home crowd. And then Buffalo.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
I mean, that's a terrible out-of-conference.
Yeah. And at some point, Fox, NBC, and CBS has to look at those three games and say, do we pick one of these or any one of these better than the one we're actually about to show? Because it's crap.
I read
crap.
that week one FS1 game against Marshall at 2:30. It's a stripe out game.
Yeah.
What is a stripe out
That's
game?
That's one section blue, one section white.
Blue, white.
But it's about as exciting
it's
as the
not
colors
checkerboard,
get.
it's striped.
That's as exciting as the colors get in State College.
For half the stadium, it'll be a white out, and half the stadium it's a blue out.
I'll tell you, if I could go to one of their games, it might be that first game at Northwestern at Ryan Field.
Just to see that new stadium where there's not a bad seat in the house, built steeper.
Because it's Friday night game, right?
I think it is.
I think that is
Friday
correct,
night game,
yeah.
7 o'clock Fox.
Let's get to our 4 downs today. Tyler has that for us. Brought to you by our friends at Central Alabama Asphalt.
You're out riding the roads, the great state of Alabama, and you see the roadwork projects, whether it's a federal government project, a state government, a municipal government project, good chance you're seeing our friends from Central Alabama Asphalt do those jobs. They do a bunch of them, and that may indicate to you they do not have time for your smaller job, like a parking pad at your house, a driveway. parking lot for a church or a community center or something like that could not be further from the truth. They've got an entire division, same crews, same quality, same no excuse standards, no matter the size of the job. That entire division handles those jobs. So from highways to neighborhoods, get your estimate at 205-349-0910, 205-349-0910, or centralalabamaasphalt.com.
First down.
All right. Earlier we talked about bat flipping and the pitcher celebrating. So what's your favorite winning, scoring celebration that you've ever seen?
I did not like the Icky Shuffle back in the day, but I was covering the Bengals when I was in Lexington, Kentucky, just up the road during that era. And even though I had to do feature stories on it for news, go to the local mall and get people doing the Icky Shuffle, I had to do that kind of stuff. Hated it. So I hated the Icky Shuffle. Back in the day, which team did the Smurfs play for?
That was the Redskins, and they did the thing where they would all get in the circle. And who were they? Was it the Eagles they were playing where somebody busted the circle up and they had a big fight?
So, yeah, there used to be a receiver group that called themselves the Smurfs, and they were all small guys. And when they would score a touchdown, they'd get together in a circle and do a little celebration. So that was my favorite one.
Yeah, my favorite was when T.O. went to the Star. Terrell Owens.
And then George Teague lit him
up.
Boy,
I mean, he could do some crazy. He pulls a Sharpie out of his sock on a Monday night against Seattle and signs a football and throws it in the crowd. But when he went out on the Star and Teague lit him up, that was good
cool
stuff.
I mean, I guess for Joe Horn to have the foresight to plant a cell phone underneath a padding of the goalpost in a particular end zone and then actually score in that same end zone is pretty crazy.
You wonder how many times he planted cell phones and didn't score, though.
I know, that's right. And he got fined for it, obviously, because they were using the stage device, I guess, or whatever they call it.
Well, who was it? Was a group, and it was obviously they had this whole thing scripted out. But it was like 4 or 5 guys, and the dude threw the grenade, and they all fell.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one. I remember that one.
But I forgot what team it was.
Yeah.
My favorite one that happened organically originally, but they do it every Thanksgiving now when somebody scores for the Cowboys, because that's when they put the Salvation Army for the first time bucket at the end of the stadium.
I think T.O. was the first one to do it, too.
You think T.O. jumped in the bucket for the first time?
If I'm not mistaken.
So on Thanksgiving Day...
I remember Zeke Elliott jumping in there.
Yeah, now the Cowboys, one person does it every Thanksgiving. If the Cowboys score, they jump in the bucket at that end of the field. They score that.
I'm sure for Green Bay fans, the Lambeau Leap's pretty cool, too.
You remember Randy Moss mooning the Green Bay fans? Yeah.
Joe Buck.
That is disgusting. I don't know. I've never understood why Joe Buck got so wound up about that.
I would imagine at this point in his career, Joe Buck would not have gotten upset about
it. I think he very much regrets that moment.
He's chilled out a bit now.
It's just a butt.
Yeah, I know. Well, he didn't even moon them. He just pretended to moon them.
It was fake mooning.
Joe Buck gets popped, or what is it? What is it when you get the shot? He looks like he's got the shot.
You think so, too?
Oh,
with Joe? I've never noticed that with him.
Joe Buck?
Oh, yeah.
Hey, I'm all about rivalries. So the Ole Miss player hiking his leg in the Egg Bowl.
Yeah, he got 2 coaches fired. That one celebration got 2 coaches fired.
That was Elijah Moore, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't even remember.
Yeah, that's who it was. And both coaches, because of that celebration, the extra point was missed, and 2 coaches got fired.
Great celebration.
Yeah, it's a great celebration.
Second down.
The Fugitive with Harrison Ford turns 33 today. What's your go-to flip through the channels kind of movie? Like you're sitting on the couch, nothing on, and then you see this is on, and you say, "Ooh, I got something to watch now."
Yeah, I would never stop at The Fugitive. I love The Fugitive.
Yeah, Fugitive is fantastic. No matter when you pick it up in the movie.
I saw it multiple times in the theater. You can make the argument, his best work.
Yeah. One of my favorite scenes for that is when they're in the doctor that is helping Harrison Ford at first.
Yeah.
The one that ends up being the villain at the end. Yeah. He's helping Harrison Ford, and he goes, Tommy Lee Jones goes, "We'll find him." He goes, "You won't find him. He's smarter than you." And they go, "We're smart guys. I mean, I'm pretty smart. Are you smart?" It's such a good
the
scene.
Sarcasm in that movie is really, really good. I'm trying to think of a just go-to that I would stop every single time.
I think a lot of people would say Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Gladiator is that for me, too. I've probably seen Gladiator 30 times.
Shawshank, My Cousin Vinny.
Yeah, Brokeback Mountain.
But we don't. Go ahead, Scott. I'm sorry.
I was going to say, I don't care what Lance has to say about this one. The Sandlot.
I
All
saw
day.
it finally.
Did you,
Much
man?
like you saw.
That's
I
a
mean,
good family movie. I've never said it was
I
Godfather.
said if I would have watched it, much like you would have watched Jurassic Park in 1993, you would have been all about it. I would have enjoyed it more as a kid.
I mean, seriously, for me, Hoosiers was always one of them. When
You know he's going to make the shot, though.
Back when they would run through those a lot, I'd always watch that. For me, it's more TV shows. Like I've watched Sopranos now one time. Some point I'm going to go back and watch it a second time through. I'm almost done second time through Mad Men. I cannot tell you how many times I've watched West Wing. That and Law and Order, the original one, is sort of the version of Brown walking out and barefoot standing on Earth for a time.
Yeah, I think it's a good call on the TV. Like if I've just got like an hour or 45 minutes to kill, I'll throw on whether it's Succession, Mad Men, Game of Thrones, Breaking Bad. I can watch all of those at any time.
Yeah, I've seen Succession 2 times all the way through now, and we'll go back and rewatch that one again. At some point, I've got to finish Breaking Bad. I never can get into it, but at some point I will.
It's
How
a
far
fantastic.
did you get?
I always forget where I am. I need to go look. It's amazing, by the way, that whatever streaming service it's on, it's still, if I click back on it, it's been 2 years.
You're still there?
It will still be right where I stopped watching.
If you get to their first cook in the desert and just how the back end of that all unfolds and everything, I don't know how you could be all in. If you got all in.
He got to the shootout in the desert, which a lot of people say that is when it exploded, when Tuco...
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah, is that the same episode?
No.
I'm talking about the shootout in the desert.
No, I got to the one where the guy's ringing the bell.
That's it. That's the same one. The first time he's in
there. You talking about when Hank? When Hank shows up.
No, I kept going.
No, that was season 2 or 3, I think.
Okay, I'm to now. The guy that rings the bell is in the police station.
Hector Salamanca.
Oh my gosh, you're so deep into it. I can't believe you haven't continued.
Gosh.
How deep is that?
It's the final season.
No.
Or the season before.
I think it's
when he's first introduced after they picked him up from Tuco's.
Yeah,
that's right. This is right after
the first time he's
he's
introduced is at Tuco's, and that's the shootout in the desert, and then they take him to the police. So you're past that episode.
Yeah,
it's fantastic after that.
That's the most intense episode of television I've ever seen.
Yeah. Like, because that doesn't the character that was in the desert with him is walking by and he starts hitting the bell in the police station, trying to let him know that's him. That's him.
Yes. So you're there.
That's the last episode I watched.
My gosh,
if you can't get into it, you might as well.
It's fantastic after that.
I mean, if you dropped it after that point, it might not be for you.
I just don't like. I don't like intense. Like,
it's intense now.
Like I don't handle.
That's not the one for you.
That's not your show.
I don't like.
Season 3 finale might be my favorite.
There's no romance storyline.
Yeah,
I need to rewatch the whole thing.
Yeah, same here.
I don't like. I don't know. It just. I'm so anxious in real life. I don't like to watch anxious.
Yeah. Okay. That's anxious. Yeah.
Some people have the opposite experience where they're so anxious in real life that they seek out more anxiety-inducing movies. So it's like
Kalen DeBoer is going to give you a heart attack.
Like a controlled setting.
He is.
What's that?
Kalen DeBoer is going to give him a heart attack.
Like I don't like to have tough conversations. I don't like anything. I get so. I mean, I can almost throw up sometimes.
Third down.
DeBoer's going to give you a heart.
Robin Van Persie, the Dutch soccer player, turns 42 today.
Oh, him?
Never heard of this guy in my life.
What is the most amazing play you've ever seen? And the reason he has inspired this question is because in the 2014 World Cup, he earned the nickname the Flying Dutchman after a goal he scored where he leaped into the air, headed it out of the air, and it went over the keeper and in the goal.
Okay, well, first off, I saw last night there was some anniversary of Lionel Messi creating the penalty kick pass. Is that legal?
Yes.
Or they outlawed that since he did it? He was playing, it was a Premier League game when he did it, and he was taking a penalty kick, and instead of kicking it on the goalie, he just sort of dumps it off to his right.
Yeah, he dumped it off to Suarez, and Suarez runs on and finishes it.
And like the team sprints from the line, and they knew it was coming, and he sprints, and the goalie, of course, is trying to react to Messi, and he dumps it off.
So this guy's diving, and then here comes the guy kicking it to the back of the net, which seems like a brilliant play. Why don't they do that more often?
I'm for sure not going soccer here. And we're definitely outside of the World Cup window.
Kick six for me.
Yeah, the kick six. I mean, you think about the implications of the kick six and what that did for that Auburn team, propelling them to the SEC championship game, ultimately playing for the national championship. And David Tyree, I was at that game. I wanted to see history. I wanted the Patriots, believe it or not, to go 19-0 just because I could say I was there, and David Tyree on the helmet to make that catch.
And I know you don't like Eli Manning as a player, but when you go back and watch how he avoided being sacked on that play to get that pass off.
I know, but he just threw the damn thing up.
I was on the field.
That guy's going to hate when he gets home and sees that he's got a piece of hair hanging on his forehead.
Clark, I've never heard of this fella.
Yeah, they've had some cutbacks, Brownie.
It's like Squiggy.
He was talking.
We're watching First Take ESPN on Third TV here. They've had so many layoffs, they have to call people in. They've got 4 chairs. They got to fill the chairs.
He was talking Bama.
Anybody forget to shave any
but this,
straggler neck hairs?
This old cat was talking Bama football earlier, and I was like, who did they drag in for the early 80s to talk Bama football?
It really does look like Will from the OG kickoff a little bit. Right?
Well, some
on the national stage talking.
Yeah,
maybe
right.
Will
for him.
Will may be there.
I was on the field for both the kick six and 2nd and 26, and those are the 2 plays, Tyler, that took me a second to process. Like as they unfold, I watch it, and then I'm like, oh my gosh, what did I just see?
You mean 4th and 26?
4th and what? No, 2nd and 26. Not the grave digger. I'm talking about to Devontae Smith for the national championship.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about what was the 4th down.
I was on the field for Gravedigger as well, 4th and 31, and that one took a minute to process too.
I was talking about the Prayer Jordan Hare.
Yeah. But I was on the field for that too.
4th and what?
4th and 18, I think.
Yeah.
God,
and that would be
me
my
so
answer.
much money.
Bounces off a guy's helmet.
Yeah.
See, I always start off the college football season. Like I told Brown the other day on the golf course, I don't know if I'll go to any games this year.
Yeah, but then I think about those moments standing there watching that unfold.
I'm only planning on going to one right now.
And I was in the stadium for all 4 we just named.
I know, and every one of them is just insanity, and it takes you a minute to process it. But those are the 2 biggest ones, kick six and 2nd and 26.
I know those are great on TV.
Yeah.
But being there when something like that happens is unbelievable.
I just remember 2nd and 26, you and me are standing in the corner of the end zone with Marty Smith, Taylor Zarzer, and Peter Burns. I can remember to this day who was standing next to us.
I've got a photo we took during
we
a timeout.
took a photo, and I just remember all of us looking at each other like, what just happened there? And then the kick six, I was with the suit Ryan Haney, and I think Pat Smith was with me.
Yeah.
And Rada was standing there. Rada was standing on the sidelines, and we all, like it happened, and I think all of us were like, does this count as a touchdown? Like
that's literally what I said. I think I asked you, I said, does this count?
Yeah, I mean, what is going on here?
I don't think I wonder. I have never talked to anybody that played it out like this could be a touchdown if this thing comes up short. Like Chris Davis could take this to the house. Everybody was either this is going to be the most incredible kick in Alabama history, overtaking the Van Tiffen Iron Bowl '85, I think.
That's right.
Or it's going to overtime. It's one of the two. There's nothing else that could come out of that. I never even thought about a block kick, really.
Yeah. And so when he's running it back and he scores the touchdown, I literally was sitting there going, I mean, everybody's going crazy. They're going to announce that this doesn't count.
Well, the first thing is, like, he's in the back of the end zone, and the play comes down the near sideline. You think he's probably stepped out of bounds somewhere. Like, they're going to review this, and he was out of the back of the end zone or something.
Most likely out of the back of the end zone.
Yeah, out of the back of the end zone or the sidelines. And then you're like, I've never really seen this happen in real life. I had seen it on TV before, so I should have known, but
I'd never seen it. I'd never seen it
in the NFL.
Did we have we ever interviewed anybody on the show, or have you guys ever talked to anybody that said, what did Saban, how did he walk into the locker room and like how did he address the team immediately?
I don't know how you do it. I don't know how. I don't know what. He's the best that's ever done it. There's nothing you could have said right there. Because, I mean, that knocked him out of the national championship.
Yeah,
they were about to win another national championship.
You really just don't say anything, do you?
Yeah.
It was about to be an undisputed three-peat.
Yeah, a three-peat. All they got to do is win that game, and they win the national championship.
For the first time ever.
Yeah.
Because they would have beat Florida State.
Oh, yes. Auburn should.
Fourth down.
Just play it.
Sometimes I never know when y'all are
just
done.
play it. Always play it.
We'll talk over it.
Today in history, 1991. Today was the public debut of the World Wide Web. So what's your first memory of using the internet?
What's so funny is I still see the clip occasionally pop up, usually on Today, about the Today Show when Bryant Gumbel and Katie Couric were sitting there going, Our producers have say that we have a website. Now, this is called, we have to tell you got to put the W's in it. It's www.todayshow.com. Now, what does this mean? What does www mean? They're talking off camera and they're walking through the whole thing of it. I still see that clip occasionally, usually on a day like this. So what was your question again?
First memory of using the internet.
So I remember going to my older brother's house, and he was one of those, and it was painful. It was one of the reasons I didn't want to go to his house because he was a gamer. And I got to show you this new game. But it was the old dial-up. And so, damn, it would take 10 minutes for him to get to the game. So I remember that. And then I remember sitting back and trying to act interested in this game that I didn't want to see anything about.
Yeah. I mean, truthfully, you want to know truthfully, like, I mean, what year was this?
91.
91?
And all that was like 93, 94, so it wasn't even...
Yeah, I think it was probably
way after.
92, 93 for me, and it seems like there was some actress that had been caught...
How did you say that?
Actress.
Yeah, actress.
Actress.
There was some actress that had been caught somewhere in Europe or the Mediterranean topless on a yacht. And I remember going to a friend's house who had a computer. I didn't even have one yet. And printing out a screenshot. And it literally was like from the toes up as it was coming up. It's like,
do you guys know any bigger horn dogs than this guy?
So it was like, and I was like watching it come out.
Oh, here comes the good part.
And it gets up to the top of the page. And at that point, we're only to her waist.
I'm going to go get some dinner.
So now it's down to the second page.
That's right.
I mean, it's not even the whole picture. It was. I was like,
There-
this will never work, by the way.
Early in the internet. Now, I was at Jack State, so this had to be 94, 95. I think 95, honestly. Early in the internet, they were running commercials during Monday Night Football about the fact that you could keep up with Monday Night Football on this thing called the internet. And I remember there was a class I had to take, and it was on Monday night, so I had to miss the first half of Monday Night Football every week. And I remember it was an internet class. It was a computer class. And I remember the first night I went in there, I was like, I'm going to see if that's true. So I guess it's the equivalent of Google, though it wasn't Google then. And I found the actual Monday night score on the internet. I was like, this technology is incredible. They can tell me what the Monday Night Football score is right now?
The internet changed, obviously, everything in so many different spaces. But what does it do for fantasy football? Do you guys remember when you had a fantasy
had to
football?
hand grade?
Yeah, you would you write everything down, and you had a commissioner that would have to grade all this stuff.
I was the commissioner.
Yeah.
I loved it, though. I loved it on Monday. I'd give everybody a score update. I had to call people.
You had to call them,
I'd
right?
call
Yeah.
them, I'd call them up and give them an update going into the Monday night game. Brown, you're at 47 points. You don't have anybody playing tonight. You've already lost to Lance. He's got 63.
What
so
a
as
lot of
quarterback.
work, though.
It was easier than you think. All the box scores were already in the newspaper. But what I would hate would be occasionally they wouldn't put something in there in the newspaper that I needed. A stat like
a fumble or
because they
something,
would
yeah.
run out of space.
Yeah.
One game would be an abbreviated box score or something.
And
I'd
you
be
didn't
like,
have the internet to find it.
yeah. So then I would buy the Post Herald to see if they would have it in the afternoon, whichever was the afternoon paper. The news
Did you
or the
guys
Post
ever
Herald.
call a news station or a paper for a score or a stat or something?
Yeah. I remember
I was working at TV, so I didn't.
I remember at Shoney's on Quintard Avenue. We went to the payphone, and there was a sports radio network, national network, that we knew the 800 number to, and it was the night of the Heisman. And we didn't know who had won the Heisman, so we called that 800 number and asked who won the Heisman. And the producer got pissed, and I can't even remember who it was. Gino Toretta. And hung up the phone. He was all pissed about it.
Yeah, it's probably not a producer. It's probably Rada.
It could have been. Yeah.
Watch my sportscast in 15 minutes.
Yeah, Sports Byline Radio. Yeah, who won the Heisman? Gino Toretta. And hung up. Like,
Are you not listening right now? We're talking about it right now.
Do y'all
We're
remember
debating it.
Ian used to answer the hotline phone? Sports.
Sports.
Yeah, he'd run in there when the hotline would be running. Sports. Not jock, sports.
Yeah, that's the way we answered in the sports department. Sports. That's Four Downs, brought to you by Central Alabama Asphalt. Tell us about Odie's. We'll get to the final hour of the show coming up. More college football trash still to come. Odie's with a fun night of music ahead this weekend.
My first time back at trivia since April, but every Wednesday night. It was a great crowd last night if you're looking for something to do every Wednesday. Great opportunity right there at Odie's if you're looking for live music every Friday and Saturday night at both locations. The original that I was at last night, Crestline. Also Edgewood right there on Broadway. Stop in, see Will Haver and the incredible staff. Ice cold beer buckets, the Odie's Famous Cup cocktails, and great food from Rodney Davis the last 40 years. Birmingham Institution, it's Odie's Tavern.
Follow LT on Twitter at @TheLanceTaylor.
Dump trucks, delivery vans, tankers, 18-wheelers, 35 types of commercial vehicles share the road with you every day. When one hits you, trust me, the company's lawyers are already moving. You should be too. Over $2 billion recovered. Alexander Schnarr trial attorneys are ready to fight for you. Call 659-777-7777 or visit alexwins.law for your free case evaluation. Don't wait. Alexander Schnarr trial attorneys. 659-777-7777. alexwins.law. Physical offices, Birmingham.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round to tell you about one of our favorite places for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That is Hamburger Heaven since 1982. Hamburger Heaven has been serving Birmingham's best hamburgers, cheeseburgers, French fries, hand-spun milkshakes, and sandwiches made fresh to order. All of their ingredients are fresh and prepared daily. This includes their beef, always fresh, never frozen, hand-pattied each and every day. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, visit any of the 4 locations, Highway 280, Irondale, Gardendale, and Homewood.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Never miss anything from the Next Round when you listen on demand through the podcast platform of your choice, Apple, Spotify, iHeart, or Google Podcast, wherever you listen. Always like, follow, subscribe, turn on automatic download so you can catch every part of the Next Round. Listen anywhere in the world, anytime on the Next Round podcast feed, and support the show by following, subscribing, and turning on automatic downloads on any podcast platform. Listen anywhere in the world, anytime on the Next Round podcast feed. Thanks for always making the Next Round a big part of your day. Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
Remember the name Way to Wellness if you're battling weight loss in your life. I'm Jim Dunaway from the Next Round. There was a time I was over 216 pounds until Way to Wellness helped me lose 45 pounds, and now for over 2 years, they've helped me keep that weight off. Here's their website, aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. That's a great name for a website because there's no cookie-cutter plan. Everything is designed specifically for you. No contract, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is free at Way to Wellness.
Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop, rare quality, well-done service.
The 2026 Yellowwood 500 weekend is returning to the Talladega Superspeedway Friday, October 23rd through Sunday, October 25th. The triple-header chase weekend at Talladega features 3 days of high-intensity racing across 3 series, capping off with the Yellowwood 500 on Sunday. Guarantee your spot now by visiting TalladagaSuperspeedway.com or calling 877-GO-TO-DEGA. And enhance your race weekend by adding passes to the Talladega Garage Experience, the most immersive in NASCAR. 877-GO-TO-DEGA or TalladagaSuperspeedway.com.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. The Next Round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
Final hour of the show brought to you by our friends at Champy's Chicken, right there on Highway 119 in Alabaster. Sterling, so creative with his menu down there. Those Mississippi Delta recipe tamales. I was a tamale hater
I was a tamale denier until I had those tamales. He said, you got to try these. And I did. And the Mississippi Delta recipe with a little heat, it's worth driving to Champy's on Highway 119 just to try the tamales and the coleslaw together. It's delicious. But the chicken is 100 out of 100 as well. It's brined overnight, cooked to order, piping hot. You're not going there enough anymore. I can just tell by the lack of smile on your face, Tyler. You need to get back to Champy's.
I do need to get back to Champy's.
Bring that smile back.
Yeah, Highway 119 in Alabaster. Tailgating 23 days away. Get by and enjoy champyschicken.com. Viewing menu at the end of this segment. Trash still to come. More college football camps that have opened up. But I created a little thing on the lunch menu at a place recently. It was yesterday, in fact, not recently. They had a BLT.
Okay. Are you nervous about the
lettuce?
The lettuce?
Not at this place. I wasn't.
I've eaten a lot of lettuce. I think I'm safe now.
Yeah, I still haven't really.
Yeah.
So I said, can you give me extra mayo? And is there a way I see you have on your menu fried green tomatoes? And she goes, don't even ask. I do it all the time. Instead of regular tomatoes, you want the fried green tomato on the BLT.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it?
So it's BLT with toasted bread, double mayonnaise, lettuce, bacon cooked the way Brown likes it, a little limp.
A little limp.
Yep. And then fried green tomato instead of the regular tomato. It was spot on delicious.
Yeah, that does sound really good.
Yeah,
I've had a fried green tomato BLT. Yeah, that's it's a lot now, but it's good.
Yeah. No, well, I guess protein is the bacon. The meat's the bacon.
Yeah, you got everything in that one.
Yeah.
Got a little dairy in there.
Yeah. All right, let's get back to college football. I wanted to ask you, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 new coaches this year. What is success for these coaches? And one of them is Auburn's Alex Golesh, who is taking over down on the Plains. Tyler, if you can give me cut number 15, Auburn linebacker Xavier Atkins. I want you to hear from Xavier because before you answer what success is for Golesh, he's bringing the cream of the crop with him that's still eligible from USF. And then he's getting a guy like DJ Durkin still with him on defense. And this is Xavier Atkins, the linebacker, who gets asked about his preseason accolades. You see everybody working at camp yesterday down at Auburn, their first day on the field as they came over from the resort to start the sweat and get working. Xavier Atkins got all the preseason accolades. What does that mean to him? Listen in.
You got a lot of preseason notoriety, All-American, All-SEC. What's your reaction to this preseason?
Just like when I came in last year, I didn't have no preseason accolades and nothing like that. So it's basically just like keeping my head down because, like, we all know awards not won in the preseason. It's what you do in the season, like, to get what you want to get. So that's why I always try to keep my, like, even kill level down, like just being where my feet are. But it's a great thing, though.
Yeah, it's a great thing. You want to put your shirt on for the interview? Nope, not at all.
I'd like Lance to tell him that's an AI body.
Yeah,
that is not an AI body.
Yeah. Just whatever this is. I'm thinking, is that a trapezoid? What is that muscle right there?
Right the trapezoid is the shape, but the traps that's our traps.
Yeah, between over the collar.
You're half right.
Yeah,
there's traps
over the collarbone, leading up to the neck. Shoulder to the neck, that muscle, those two muscles right there. He's not going to have that neck roll.
Negative.
Yeah.
So success to me, you're going to be favored in 6 games. Got to win those 6 games. You're going to be underdogs in 6 games. If you win one of those games as an underdog and go 7-5, it is definitely steps in the right direction.
I just think you're going to have to measure success, and I'm not trying to dumb this down. Alex Golesh essentially said this down in Tampa at SEC Media Days. I think you can measure success and progress here, not necessarily record, but progress. Now, with that said, I do think Auburn can get to 6-6, 7-5, and if they catch a break, 8-4, and that'd be tremendous, obviously. But even if it's 6-6, if you're seeing progress,
yeah, and how competitive are they in those games?
That's right. Yeah,
because again, the 6 games you're going to be favored in: Baylor, Southern Miss, Florida, Vanderbilt, Arkansas, and Samford. You're going to be a dog in Starkville.
No.
I believe. Yeah, really? I think so.
Okay.
So you win those 6 games, and even if you got Mississippi State on the road and you go 7-5, it's going to feel somewhat flat. But if you're competitive in those games, if you're competitive in Knoxville and in Athens and against LSU and in Oxford and in Tuscaloosa.
Okay, but to the ebb and flow, what Brown is talking about here. Give me that schedule again, Forrester, if you can.
Well, but Scott said, go ahead.
Okay, look at the ebb and flow. Now, we'll talk Baylor in a second, but Baylor, Southern Miss, Florida, Vandy, you're 4-0. Tennessee's winnable 5-0, but then okay, say you lose to Georgia, LSU, Ole Miss, now you're 5-3, and now you're starting to come out. But then you get Arkansas, so you're 6-3. I think you beat Mississippi State 7, Stanford 8. So you can be 8-3 going into the Alabama game. It would be tremendous.
That would be
gosh,
massive.
Yeah, but I don't think you're going to be 4-0 is the problem there. I think they'll drop either the Florida or the Vanderbilt game.
I think they probably will as well. But those
no
are
concern about Baylor for either one of you.
Yeah.
I mean, of the first 4, Lance, it's 3 on my list. I'm more concerned probably about.
Okay, rank those most likely to lose.
The first 4,
1 through 4.
I would
Southern
go,
Miss is 4. No way you lose to Southern Miss.
Florida 1, Vandy 2, Baylor 3, Southern Miss 4.
Okay.
I would go Florida 1, Vandy 2. Vandy and Baylor are really, really tight. I mean, DJ Lagway. I mean, we've seen a pretty good run of Baylor quarterbacks. He could come in and light it up at Baylor. You have some missed assignments week 1, a couple of big plays here and there. The offense doesn't necessarily all come together in week 1. I mean, Baylor is a tricky game. I think Baylor over Auburn is more tricky than Louisville over Ole Miss.
Because you like Louisville over.
In other words, Baylor better shot of beating Auburn than Louisville has beaten Ole Miss.
Or equivalent.
Yeah.
Like I think those numbers are probably the same. What is Auburn? Probably a 6-point favorite.
Probably
same
with
Ole Miss.
Yeah.
I saw on SEC Network, our buddy Peter Burns and Matt Stinchcomb were on last night doing camp news. And then they started Auburn, and they're like realistically 5-0 going into that Georgia game.
I mean, it's realistic. I don't think it's likely.
Auburn's
it's realistic.
a 7-point favorite right now. So
Over
right
Baylor.
at it.
So realistically, 5-0 includes a road win at Tennessee. I mean, that's now if we expand it, there's your toughest one of the first 5. If you wanted to expand it to a 5-game window, the road game at Tennessee for me is your toughest one.
Yeah, if you're 5-0 going to the Georgia game, it's hard for it not to be considered a successful season at that point.
I would agree, but if you're 5-0, now all of a sudden 7-5, which on its own would feel like a step in the right direction, is a 2-5 finish.
Yeah,
and that's a
exactly
bad
right.
finish.
Yeah,
you know,
that's exactly right. You're so high after beating Tennessee.
That's right.
We're 5-0. We are back, baby.
Now
the
you're
king is back.
And now you're 2-5, and you've lost yet again to Georgia and yet again to Alabama.
Yeah,
I mean that would be a tough way to finish the season going 2-5. But I mean, look, if you're 5-0, 2-5 means you win against Arkansas and Sanford. There's 2 home games. The rest of those games are easily losable games. At Georgia, host LSU, at Ole Miss, at State, and at Bama. I mean, those are definitely losable games. Even at 5-0, there is definitely a path to 7-5.
Yeah, I don't know how many games I'm willing to say Auburn cannot win. I guess Georgia, October 17th. But outside of that, I mean, this defense should be really, really good.
How many would you guarantee them winning? 2?
Yeah, 2.
So the Miss and Sanford.
That's it.
So they've got one game that you.
I feel pretty good about Arkansas.
Okay, Arkansas at home.
Yeah, I feel really good about those 3. But outside of that, yeah, you could lose all of them.
Yeah. So anywhere from 11-1 to 3-9.
I will be really surprised if they're not bowl eligible this year. I really will be. I think he's a really good coach. I think the offense is going to be night and day. Of course, I said this about Hugh Freeze, so what do I know?
Real quickly on the other coaches, what is success for Jon Sumrall?
Summerall's schedule, I think, is a little more doable, is it not?
Yeah, I mean,
a lot of this is going to depend on that game in Auburn.
I feel like every time we talk about it.
While you look at the schedule and talk about it, Dan Mullen yesterday on Feinbaum said, if you look at my tenure when I was at Florida, Feinbaum asked him about his time at Florida. He's at UNLV now, for those that don't know, and is considered to be sort of a playoff contender this year. And he trolled Florida yesterday on the Feinbaum show, where he basically said, if I had been at Florida, if we'd had a 12-team playoff, we'd gone to the playoffs 3 of my 4 years. Basically, maybe that would have made it look different. But hey, it is what it is. Probably hasn't gone as well there since I left. It doesn't seem like.
Wait, who said this?
Dan Mullen.
Oh, Dan Mullen.
Yeah, I mean,
so when he was
right.
there 4 years, he says we would have been in the 12-team playoff 3 out of 4 years and probably wouldn't have lost my job at that point.
Well, there's no doubt. I thought it would have been 2 of the 4, but But maybe I'm wrong.
But he's
on that.
right in the back end of that. It hasn't gone well since he left. It hasn't.
Yeah, and even making it 2 of the 4, he probably would have kept his job.
He's been better since anything or I guess it was him to Napier, right?
Yeah.
So the question would be, was Mullen better than Napier?
Yes,
And the answer is yes,
Not even
he
close.
was. Yeah.
So they're going to be favored 6 games. Florida will be.
is.
So much like Auburn, I think they've got to win the 6 they're favored in, and then you got to be able to steal one, whether that's on the road in Jordan-Hare, at Missouri. Ole Miss at home is probably going to be favored at Texas, Georgia, Oklahoma. I think they will steal one. I think 7-5.
Yeah, I think
like
it's 7-5. But I will say this. I mean, I think there's a 4-2 start in the top half of that schedule for them. Florida Atlantic Campbell, they're going to beat. And then if you split at Auburn, Ole Miss, at Missouri, and South Carolina, I think you can get to a 4-2 starts in the cards.
Boy, what a brutal 3-game stretch coming up with at Texas, Georgia, Oklahoma.
Well, that's the problem. You're at 4-2, and then it's going to get real in a hurry.
Yeah, I guess you could beat Oklahoma in a kind of a rock fight in Gainesville.
Yeah, it's at least at home.
But you look at that and say 9-3 is doable?
You got to tell me where you're going to get a quarterback.
Yeah.
Give me your 3 losses at 9-3.
Texas, Georgia, Oklahoma.
So they've won at Auburn, at Missouri.
At home to Ole Miss.
Home to Ole Miss.
Home to South Carolina, which isn't a gimme.
It feels like too much to ask.
We haven't seen elite quarterback play since Kyle Trask. Anthony Richardson, I know he went 4th
he was
overall,
the 4th overall
but you didn't see it.
No, you did not.
You obviously didn't see it from Lagway. So they got to get quarterback right, and I don't think it's going to be this year. That's why I think a lot of people that believe 9-3, 10-2, everything hits right. As much as I like Sumrall, I just don't know if you've got quarterback right now. Our film guy says that Aaron Philo is going to be really, really good.
Yep.
If he even starts, so.
And going to be really, really good, as Brooks Austin said, because he's not the kind of quarterback that Georgia Tech was used to. He made it sound like Georgia Tech was about to change their system if the OC hadn't have left and Philo hadn't have left. They were going to play a little differently than they had under Haynes King and the way they will under Alberto
Mendoza.
Think if they get good quarterback play, Brown's going to be a year off on Eric Singleton, because Singleton is one of these guys now that is under the radar.
Yeah.
And I think he could thrive.
Yeah, I agree. Viewing menu time brought to you by our friends at Michelson Laser Vision.
Hey, if you're in the market, you're thinking about you wear contacts or glasses, you've always thought about LASIK. Now is the time to make the call that I made way back in 2003, 205-969-8100. When you make that call, ask for Amy Toe. The Next Round sent you. They will hook you up with a hassle-free consultation. You have nothing to lose to find out if LASIK is right for you. 205-969-8100. Dr. Mark Michelson, Dr. Jen Michelson. For more information, michelsonlaservision.com.
So last night I was at the movies and thought I would be able to get a good seat. Ended up in the second row for Spider-Man, my third viewing.
Wow, not dying down, huh?
Nope, not dying down at all.
Did you enjoy it in row 2 compared to the others?
It was great. It was fun.
Okay.
See, I can't do the first 3 or 4 rows. I can go all the way the furthest back seat. It's not a big deal for me.
Oh, see, I hate being in the back. I'd rather be. I typically sit in row 4 or 5 for the big Vestavia theater.
Wow.
And usually not much further back.
Okay, because under your advice, I told Jack we're going to wait until this weekend, so we were going to go tonight. But it sounds like it hadn't died down.
I mean, you can check. There's 20 different showings of Spider-Man for each theater because it's just making money and filling up that many seats. So you do have plenty of options, but whether or not you'll get as a theater as open as you'd like, don't know.
So you're saying showtimes are at 7, 7:25, 7:35, 7:45, 7:50.
And all of them are pretty much full except for the first 2 rows, or at least they have been since the movie released. But maybe it'll start to die down. Tonight we've got a new release that I got to catch early called One Night Only. This is the Purge Sex Edition, where Callum Turner and Monica Barbaro wander around New York City in search of true love on the one night of the year where premarital sex is legal. And it's just a lot of fun. It's from the director of Friends and Benefits and Easy A, or Friends with Benefits and Easy A. And it got a standing ovation when I went to go see it at the mystery screening.
I've never seen that. A standing ovation in the theater, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was shocked because these mystery movies, people are normally just like, yeah, this was pretty solid, and they get up and leave. But no, there were a few groups that stood up and clapped at the end of this one.
Crazy.
And there was out loud laughter throughout the whole thing. It was very funny.
Wow.
But-
Night stand.
One night only.
One night only.
Night only. Write that down.
You better write that down. That down.
I'm seeing what the reviews are right now.
Well, and
give it-
Tyler's theater 4 thumbs up.
Yeah. I
10
would give it
toes
like
up. 10 toes up.
a 3.5 out of 5. I
Yeah.
thought it was pretty solid. Sort of lost some steam towards the end, but I mean, like I said, everybody in my theater seemed to absolutely love it.
Yeah, I saw a movie called Joe with Nick Cage about a decade ago. Ty Sheridan, young Ty Sheridan, wasn't good. On Tubi. One night only, real quick on Rotten Tomatoes. What do you think, Tyler? Never mind, it hadn't been reviewed.
Yeah, embargo's still probably going on.
No, that one's from okay. So there's a One Night Only from 1984, which was a rated R comedy. So maybe this one actually. I don't know. Anyway, keep going. Sorry.
Let's see. Some people are saying leaning heavily negative, but I haven't really seen any negative reviews. I mean, it's 52% on Rotten Tomatoes, so I don't know, but that's just critics so far. So I can understand why they wouldn't like it because it's just a straightforward romantic comedy. There's no lessons to be learned. There's no
Molly Ringwald's in it.
Oh yeah, she was.
I saw an article.
Totally forgot about her.
I saw an article earlier today where Molly Ringwald said she turned down Ghost, and like it was one of the massive mistakes of her career. Ghost wouldn't have been the same movie without Demi Moore, as bad as her haircut was in the movie.
I would agree.
Yeah. Also, Molly Ringwald seems to think much more highly of her acting ability than everyone else in the world does.
I would agree. Yeah.
Yep.
Max has a new true crime docuseries called Monster of God that comes out today. It explores the high-stakes billion-dollar underworld of exotic reptile smuggling. The series tracks the cat-and-mouse war between federal agents, eccentric collectors, and international wildlife traffickers. It's from the director of Tiger King. And then finally, Netflix has added a smattering of movies to its catalog, including The Fast and the Furious, Too Fast, Too Furious, The Fast and the Furious Tokyo Drift, Fast and Furious, Fast 5, Fast and Furious 6, Furious 7, and if you want to continue after that, Max has The Fate of the Furious with its F8, and then Peacock has added F9, The Fast Saga, to its catalog.
All right.
I won't be there.
That's what Tyler and the guys are watching tonight. When we come back, we'll get to trash and a trivia question about tonight's NFL football game. That's in the final segment of the show, being brought to you today by our friends at Hemp Hill Services LT. You'll be seeing the friends from Hemp Hill today.
Yes, I will get to see my man Chad a little bit later today. Whether you experience any plumbing, heating, cooling issues, home or business, they are ready to serve you. They've been doing it since 1954. Again, never ideal when something happens, something breaks down, but the good news is you've got reliable folks like Hemp Hill Services behind you. Make the call today, 205-229-2090 or hemphillservices.com.
Follow Scott Forrester on Twitter at Scott Forrester TV.
When a motorcycle accident turns your world upside down, who's going to look out for your family while you're healing? Alexander Shannara Trial Attorneys is here for you, fighting for injured riders and getting families the compensation they deserve. The consultation is free. They don't get paid until you do. Alexander Shannara Trial Attorneys. Call 659-777-7777 or visit alexwins.law. Don't wait. Call 659-777-7777. alexwins.law. Physical office, Birmingham.
Sterling and the fine folks at Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster want to welcome you in for a great lunch or dinner starting at 11 a.m. every day. Chicken that's brined overnight and cooked to order, and the taste of the Delta with those Delta recipe tamales. Champy's is perfect for all your tailgating needs this football season. You can also choose Champy's for your next party, wedding, or birthday. Great food, great people. Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster, and everything online at champyschicken.com.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Next Round shirts, Next Round hoodies, and Next Round hats are all in one place. NextRound.store. Find your favorite piece of gear from your favorite show and put it in your rotation. You never know. You might be in one of our videos showing Next Round gear being worn all over the world. Find all your favorite Next Round gear by visiting NextRound.store. Place an order for you and that big Next Round fan in your life at NextRound.store. Look your best at work, at school, at the stadium, or anywhere you go wearing Next Round gear from NextRound.store.
Remember the name Way to Wellness if you're battling weight loss in your life. I'm Jim Dunaway from the Next Round. There was a time I was over 216 pounds until Way to Wellness helped me lose 45 pounds, and now for over 2 years, they've helped me keep that weight off. Here's their website, aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. That's a great name for a website because there's no cookie-cutter plan. Everything is designed specifically for you. No contract, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is free at Way to Wellness.
Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit urologycentersalabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today. Stop by the New York Butcher Shop and pick up the finest in certified Angus prime beef steaks and burgers, premium pork chops, ribs, and all-natural chicken cut to order just for you. Their chef-prepared entrees and side dishes are the perfect dinner-to-go choice for your family and are ready to heat at home. With a great selection of fine wines and desserts, the New York Butcher Shop is your one-stop dinner shop. 2 locations to serve you, Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop, rare quality, well-done service.
The 2026 Yellowwood 500 weekend is returning to the Talladega Superspeedway Friday, October 23rd through Sunday, October 25th. The triple-header chase weekend at Talladega features 3 days of high-intensity racing across 3 series, capping off with the Yellowwood 500 on Sunday. Guarantee your spot now by visiting TalladagaSuperspeedway.com or calling 877-GO-TO-DEGA. And enhance your race weekend by adding passes to the Talladega Garage Experience, the most immersive in NASCAR. 877-GO-TO-DEGA or TalladagaSuperspeedway.com.
All right, trash in a second. Very deserving what we saw last night in Oxford, Mississippi. They waited for a while, but they got their rings from last year, and boy, they are some kind of ring. Now, keep in mind, that was the best season in Ole Miss football history, right?
Wait, what'd they get a ring for?
Making the playoffs?
They made the playoffs. They won 2 playoff games.
You got a ring for that? Man, no, it's Ole Miss, but that's embarrassing.
Jim starts it with very deserving.
It's the greatest season in Ole Miss history.
They didn't win anything.
Well, technically, they won. What was the one bowl game they played in, or 2 bowl games they played in?
Well, they only won one of the 2. They won an on-campus game, and then they played in.
If I'm Pete Golding, I don't allow this.
The peach or the sugar, or the cotton?
The sugar. They beat Georgia in the sugar, and then they lost in the Fiesta to
also,
Miami.
that ring looks bigger than a lot of championship rings.
I'm kind of with Tyler on that too. Yeah.
I mean, if I'm Pete Golding, like, hey, look, we're not. That is a participation ring, is what that is. You didn't win anything.
Give me Forrester's mic. Forrester, I think in that guy's speech at the beginning, if I remember hearing it right last night, and there's something on there to remind you that something's missing. Obviously, winning the national championship. I think he said that last night, and whoever that guy was that was telling them about the rings and stuff. I think I remember that correctly.
I didn't listen to the speech, Jim.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cosmetic jewelry. Like, if somebody sees that ring, damn, Ole Miss won a championship. Nope. We went to a 12-team playoff
and won some games.
Won some games.
They were the last SEC
team standing, right, in the playoffs.
That is correct.
Let me ask you
They
this.
don't expect to win a national championship because if you look at the picture where the guy's got the ring on his hand, it takes up more space than other rings could take up. So it's just like, well, we're not getting any other ones.
Well, do you think,
Might
and
as
I
well have
agree with
one
that,
big
look,
one.
Ole Miss will never win a championship. But do you think Notre Dame 2 years ago playing for the national championship had rings?
Yes, I bet they did.
No.
Oh, I bet they did.
There's
I bet
no
they did not.
chance.
I bet they did.
Jay Bake asked the uncomfortable question, does Lane Kiffin get one?
I would imagine he did not.
And I bet he doesn't want one.
I bet they didn't make one for him.
Lane Kiffin's got a national championship ring, one that matters.
Did Juice get one?
As an assistant coach. Mo Mike did your deck, right?
Mo Mike did my deck. Forster's going to throw the pictures up there. Not just decks, though. And again, I had a hard time finding somebody that did decks. And
That's
our
a
friend
big deck.
Greg from Pell City is the guy that actually...
I cannot lie.
The guy that actually put me in touch with Mike, just a great guy. Now, whether you're looking for, again, the classic backyard deck or a custom outdoor entertainment space, Mo Mike will build with craftsmanship, quality, and attention to detail. Imagine a beautiful covered deck, warm fireplace, outdoor kitchen, elegant lighting, big screen TV for game day, and a sound system that brings it all together. They will help create an outdoor living space that is as functional as it is beautiful. Mo Mike LLC, they don't just build decks, they build where life happens. Again, Mo Mike, 205-746-9901. That is 205-746-9901. One of the nicest guys in the business, and they do a great job.
One would say, Forster, if you need more deck, call Mo Mike. Right?
Is Brown getting a good peek at that deck?
I've not been to Lance's house yet, Scott, since it has been built.
So you've only seen the deck pics.
Yes. Yes, Tyler. That's what I've seen.
I did send the deck pics to Forster last week.
Did you?
Yep.
Did he request those, or you just sent them?
I just sent 'em.
Unsolicited.
Those were unsolicited deck pics.
That's how you get in
And
trouble.
nothing worse when you send a deck pic and it comes back as red, but there's no response.
That's right. Yeah.
Well,
I mean,
damn, man, I can't believe he didn't respond to my deck.
Thought it'd be bigger.
I mean, technically, Forster, you're supposed to send him a picture of your deck back.
Is that the way that works?
I don't know.
I've never been.
You're the one that seemed disappointed that you didn't get a pick back.
I've never been in that exchange.
Lance, I'll show you my deck this afternoon.
You know what? I'm going to pass. I'm good, but thank you, Forster.
All right. Hey, trivia tonight off of Carolina and Arizona playing in the Hall of Fame game, 7 o'clock at NBC.
Got to play at Lance'sLock.com.
Lance'sLock.com for a play, as we told you earlier there. By the way, two teams, Carolina Panthers, Arizona Cardinals. That is two of 6 teams in the big 4 leagues in the United States, NHL, NFL, Major League Baseball, NBA, that share names. For instance, Cardinals are both in NFL and Major League Baseball. Panthers are both in NHL and the NFL. What are the other 4 in the Big 4 that share a name with another team in the Big 4?
The Giants.
The Giants, both the New York Giants in football, San Francisco Giants in baseball.
Cardinals.
Cardinals and
already
Panthers
there.
is how we got into this, Forster.
Sorry.
That's okay.
You've got deck on your mind.
Welcome in. That
should be easier, shouldn't it?
It should be. I mean, you would think this is way more obvious than it actually is.
You probably should go to the league that you spend the least amount of time watching and figure it out there.
I almost said the Oilers, but the Oilers don't exist
the Kings.
anymore.
The Kings, L.A. Kings.
How many
and
more?
The Sacramento Kings. 2 more.
Uh,
But you're in the right league there now. It's 2 hockey names.
the Rangers.
The Rangers, Texas Rangers, New York Rangers.
And a Bruin is a bear.
Yep, but nope. This one involves a guarantee and a place.
Oh, the Jets, Winnipeg.
And a place none of us have been. Winnipeg Jets, New York
Jets. Yeah.
That Panthers and Cardinals tonight, Hall of Fame game. Should be a lot of fun. And a play at Lance'sLock.com. Champy's Chicken gets us to our trash today. Don't forget to get, when you hear trash, that means it's almost lunchtime every day about this time, and you can swing by and enjoy the wonderful fried chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster. Destination lunch and dinner location, and perfect for tailgating in 20 3 days. It's champyschicken.com.
There's no doubt you need length and girth up front. Length matters.
LT's Trash is presented by Bud Light.
Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Start first, popular country band. Giving away possibly, quote, the largest audience gift in live entertainment history by promising 37,000 fans a free cruise. Now, my question would be, not really interested in the cruise, but if I do go on the cruise, do I have to listen to this band?
Zach Brown, right?
Yeah.
The Zach Brown Band. I saw this on my social media at his concert. He promised everybody in here, you're getting a cruise. I don't know if he said look under your seat.
It was 37,000 people packed into Fenway Park on Sunday, this past Sunday, to see Zach Brown. They ended up coming away with a free cruise with Margaritaville. Now, that's right. The fans that attended the 15th sellout night of the band's Fenway shows were told to text a code to a special number that appeared. They played Same Boat. Quote, every single person here gets a cruise for themselves and a loved one to go on the boat. This is the biggest giveaway in history, ladies and gentlemen, right here at Fenway Park. All in all, this is pretty amazing.
That's a lot of cruises.
The giveaway is valued at over $40 million. Now, this is a great advertisement, though, for the Margaritaville cruise.
That's right. So this is a genuine question, though, because I'm sure they've accounted for this. There were 37,000 people. How many of that 37,000 do you think will actually follow through and go on the cruise? Yeah,
it's still going to be money out of pocket. You got to plan it.
You got to take the days off.
I think the average gift cards.
That's right.
They get redeemed are like 70%. That's why merchants love for you to buy gift cards
because they don't have to pay off a lot of them.
But if you are in the position where you get, say, 2 weeks of paid vacation a year or something like that, and you were at this concert, your next vacation's already planned.
It is. But I'm saying I bet Lance is right. I bet it's about half the audience, 20,000 people will actually take them up on this.
Going to assume you can't gift this to somebody else.
Probably no.
Yeah, you would need to be there.
Probably
can't sell it.
I know the three of us for sure aren't big cruise people. I've been on 2 in my life. Three if you go riverboat. Riverboat was great.
Yeah.
Been on 2.
If I got gifted this, I would have to think about it. I don't think I would take it, but I might.
I would be more interested in it. I would never, ever
pay for one.
Do Carnival again.
Yeah. I don't think a lot of people
unless they were on our screen.
In which case we tell you to do it.
Yeah. But I enjoyed the Disney cruise. My kids aren't that age anymore, but there was a tremendous experience there. If I was like-minded with the people that were on the cruise, like if you're telling me everybody at this concert, we've got 4 cruise ships at different times. You would have to sign up for one of those cruises, and it'd be all Zach Brown fans, people that were at that concert. I think that helps a little bit.
If you're a big fan,
it would be a Rams cruise. It would be more likely for you to go on a Rams cruise. You were like-minded people.
Pre-pandemic, C-Stu, our buddy, used to hit me up all the time. There's an 80s cruise. You could pull it right now, Tyler, if you can, and see who's playing this year. But they do an 80s cruise every year with these X bands, and they come in. It would be a great bracket challenge punishment because the great content you could get. Can you imagine all of these people that are shipwrecked in the 80s, all being aboard this boat with all of these acts that you haven't seen in forever? But he used to beg me to go on this thing, and I never would.
Here's our lineup for the 80s cruise. We have got Shaka Khan, Night Ranger, Loverboy, DMC.
Just DMC.
Peter Hook and the Light, John Waite. Wow.
Public Image Limited, which is Johnny Rotten's old band.
I love this DJ Jazzy Jeff. Fresh Prince ain't making this one.
Yeah. Not even Will Smith would say yes to this.
DJ Jazzy Jeff didn't even get an upgraded photo. They just photoshopped him out.
Yeah, take Will.
Keep going now. We got the Romantics.
Who else we got? Striper. That was Christian hard rock, wasn't it? Striper.
Yep.
Katrina. No, look, it's Katrina, formerly of Katrina and the Waves.
Damn, White Lion is getting no love.
I liked White Lion.
So there's what you get every single year. But you guys think we could get good content on that that boat?
Oh, 100%.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely
Yep.
not. Everything would end up getting copywritten because of the music in the background.
Tyler's right about that. We'd have to fight that.
It's like, great, we can't make any money because White Lion decided to play a surprise set.
I'm just wondering, what is the price point on this cruise? Do you have any idea?
Well, let's see.
$499.
Holy
3,400 is the base.
So starting off at $3,400 for new guests.
Yeah,
now,
that is-
if you're a returning guest, it's only $3,100.
Yeah, you'd get a bit of a discount. What's the go to high end? Go to the very high end.
Damn.
Holy crap.
For the
15
Royal Suite,
$15,000.
Already sold out. Join wait list.
Yeah, I bet. You get on that wait list and you're about to get a phone call. Hey, we just had a cancellation. You're in luck.
So a man dressed as the Grim Reaper was arrested after climbing onto a hospital roof with a long blade and staring at patients, staff, and visitors. This would be very unsettling.
Yeah, boy, I tell you.
Now, in an equally bizarre twist, the incident came just months after 26-year-old Leon Gillespie was busted for stealing cat food and kitty litter from a pet store. Now, Gillespie climbed onto the roof of the hospital in Wales on June 6th while dressed in entirely black. According to the Mirror, witnesses described his clothing as resembling the Grim Reaper costume. Now, although Gillespie later claimed he was just dressed as a crow.
Yeah, I'd be like, Grim Reaper, why would you say that?
Yeah. Now, he reportedly made noise on the roof while holding a long blade and staring at people below from above the hospital's entrance. 4 police cars and fire service vehicles responded before emergency crews managed to bring him down. He was arrested and given a $269 fine. Got a blind man who didn't have a driver's license in the first place, has been banned for driving after he was found drunk behind the wheel and had driven for 150 miles. How does this happen?
Well, I would say that you've heard the old saying, I am, what's it? When
Blind leading the blind?
No, when you drink yourself, you could drink yourself.
Blind?
I'm blacked out. No, there's some saying about drinking so much that you can't see or something.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But
blind drunk, is that a saying?
Yeah.
That is a saying.
Yeah, I'm blind drunk.
All I know
So
is I didn't know Fitzy was blind.
It does look like Fitzy.
Scott's got it in the chat. Is this Ian?
Oh, it's 100% Fitzy. It's
I just thought maybe he drank enough to where he thought he could see again.
Does resemble Ian a little bit. 49-year-old Anthony Hall has been banned from driving after he was caught drinking and driving more than 100 miles from home, taking his partner's car without permission.
Matt Rife would say God's already banned you from doing that.
Now, additionally, Hall is registered blind, unable to drive, so doesn't actually hold a driver's license. Police stopped Hall as his car was drifting between lanes and immediately questioned if he had been drinking. Now, according to the report, 49-year-old quickly admitted to being drunk, was registered at 3 times over the legal limit. I'm going to tell you, I would rather have a drunk driver behind the wheel than a blind guy.
Yeah, I'm with you.
Yeah. But technically speaking, I mean, he got pulled over because he wasn't maintaining the same lane?
Yeah, he was going back and forth, but he went 150 miles. I mean, that's basically driving from here to the Georgia state line.
Yeah. So technically, he was doing a pretty good job.
I'm actually on the road, officer.
He was following the large lights that you see on the sides of big trucks.
Yeah.
Oof, that's scary.
That, I mean, if you had to do it, because obviously he's not totally blind, he's legally blind. If you had to do it, his safest way of doing that, first of all, without alcohol, just to do it, would be to get behind one of those big trucks and just follow it wherever it was going, and just stay on his bumper.
I'm sorry to do this in front of the audience, but I'll forget in 5 minutes. Remind me when the show's over. I found out somebody we know is legally blind and has to have a driver. And when I tell you who the driver is, you're not going to believe it.
Okay, I think I might know who is legally blind because I've seen him dropped off a bunch.
Okay.
Hey, is
you're
this
not
guy?
going to know who the driver?
Yeah, I am.
Are you?
Hey, is that it's like almost in the leather cane?
Oh,
like
yeah, it
the
does.
putter?
It looks like he's got a long putter.
Yeah.
He's got he cannot anchor that cane against his chest.
Pass that to.
That's who I thought it was. Is that right?
No.
Oh,
no.
And the driver would be comical.
That would have been fantastic.
Yes.
Finally, a content creator who filmed himself cooking poultry outdoors at a chicken theme park had the event temporarily shut down due to health concerns. Now, this is Ahmed Al-Sadi, an influencer, racked up more than 1.7 million followers on Instagram alone. Many of his videos involve bizarre culinary challenges or cooking outdoors in unique places. Now, as part of this festival, Al Sadi set up an attraction that saw dozens of chickens being cooked while strapped into a mini theme park ride and dubbed a chicken amusement park. Now, in a video shared on Instagram, you can see tons of roasted chickens whizzing around on a small roller coaster complete with a loop. The ride had a built-in oven that would cook the chickens as they slowly made their way to the top before they were sent hurtling down. There was also a Ferris wheel on which rows upon rows of chickens would actually rotate. They were then prepared and passed out to members of the public to eat. Shortly after the attraction opened, it was shut down because of health inspections.
I would say
chicken was undercooked. They found out.
Oh. So that roller coaster doesn't cook it properly?
It does not cook the chicken all the way through.
How to get you some salmonella.
I was going to say occasional bugs got to hit that thing as it's flying around, right?
We waste so much time and money on dumb shit.
Yep. We do.
That is trash there. The show today being brought to you in part by our friends at Talladega. One more thing before we get out of here. But at Talladega, it's never one more big thing. It's 43 big things lined up, door handle to door handle, if they had doors, bumper to bumper, in the world's fastest speedway. Yellowwood 500 weekend is coming October 23rd through the 25th. You can get your tickets right now at TalladagaSuperspeedway.com. TalladagaSuperspeedway.com. 877-GO-TO-DEGA for tickets. Always content that is super with people watching. You could take 1,000 Instagram pictures and post them of just people walking by in different outfits. It is a fun event. Both of them in Talladega. The fall race is fantastic. It's part of the playoffs. Yellowwood 500, TalladagaSuperspeedway.com. Finally, over the weekend, this made news, and it made more news yesterday because they've sold out of it. Akron offered season ticket holders, people that bought their suites, that one lucky person of their suite holders would get to work with their head coach, Joe Moorhead, who used to be at Mississippi State. In fact, he's being interviewed right now on McAfee.
Oh, yeah. Shaved his mustache.
Robert Morris is their home opener. If you bought one of the suites, then you would be eligible to help design the opening drive of the Robert Morris game. In works with Joe Moorhead. You and him would collab, if you will, on that opening drive. Well, give me Forrester's mic. Forrester, did anybody buy any of these suites for the Akron Zips?
Apparently so. They've sold out of them.
Oh, it worked.
Hey, do you think anybody would be boring and just run?
Fullback dive, fullback dive.
I would throw so many, like, Joe Moorhead be so pissed.
It would be 4 verts.
Yeah. What would be your first play?
We're going to go play action and go up top. And Joe's going to tell we haven't even established the run yet. I don't care. It's Robert Morris.
Yeah, I might run the Philly special.
Yeah.
I'm going
right out of the
Madden.
quarterback
We're lining up in play action. Quarterback scrambles out for 30 yards.
Yeah.
That would work.
Very boring. Shotgun, and I'm crossing over
Might
the
work
middle.
Against Robert.
You're going to do crosses?
I'm always a cross route guy. I'm a Mike Leach protege. Just
try to pick off that defender.
Yeah,
run people off.
I get this. It's a MAC team. It's hokey, but like if you're able to, generate some revenue. What I didn't like last year when USC lets, a Penn State guy run them out of the tunnel.
Yeah, that was worse than this, no doubt.
Yeah, that is crazy. That's our show today. Camps continue. More updates coming. We're back with you tomorrow at 9 a.m. Central Time for a Friday show. Interesting read from Ryan McGee, super villains in the history of college football. We're going to come up with our own list for the show tomorrow of our super villains off the Ryan McGee story.
Because I like Ryan, but I think the list is not good.
Okay, a not good list from Ryan McGee made better by us. We'll literally do our own list tomorrow on the show. Until next time, God bless you. God bless America.